fast? Why do you have to go? Young hearts beat young when you're all alone and there's no turning back at you. Oh, 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 young hearts beat fast at Manchester United. Back of the net. Are we going to go live? Don't know. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Hope you're all well. Hope we are. I think we are live. We're bloody live. There's me singing away, thinking we're not live. We're live. And Mad Marcus telling me we're late. We're not late. I know it said 1 o'clock start, but the game doesn't start till 2:15, and I couldn't figure out how to put a 1:15 start. So we're actually a little bit early. We're 9 minutes early because team news will be on the telly very soon. The chair is behind me. I'm not being outed by the chair. I'm not happy about that. You could hear me singing. Great. Cracking song from the Karate Kid, that. I'm in a bit of pain. My back is absolutely killing me today. But I'm very excited about Manchester United. We've got Manchester City on Thursday, which we will be very excited about anyway. Can't wait for that. But imagine if we win today. If we win today and then we beat... Well, I'm not even going to start saying we're going to beat City at the Empty Had, because it will be tough to do that in a derby. But if we do win today and then we did win on Thursday, we would be above Man City, having played the same amount of games, I think. So that is huge. But we've got to win today. My approach to the game, if you watched it last night, I did lose 3-2 on my tactics preview, but was totally and utterly robbed by a dodgy FIFA glitch where De Gea jumped out the way of a crap free kick. So should have been at least a draw. I think I would have won it. But I think we've got to go toe-to-toe. I'd go toe-to-toe with him. Sod tactics and all that and keeping it tight at the back. We know we've got injuries. We know we're tired. Bloody go at Burnley. We know what Burnley are going to do. They've got a good record at home. So Burnley are going to be physical, fast, and, compact and try and hurt us on the break. So, counteract that. Push them right back and have a bloody good go. I think if Pogba plays today, and I can't imagine one reason why Pogba wouldn't play today. I think if Pogba does play today, he's going to be absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. In fact, I'm not going to do my tip for today until I know what the team news is, which will be in a moment. But I am very interested to see what the story will be for the team news. Because Fosu Mensah's a good start. Obviously, Twansibi could even start, but we'll see what happens. Hello and welcome to the United Stand on YouTube. Snapchatters, send us your Snapchats throughout the game to, obviously, you're on Snapchat, so you know, United Stand on YouTube for a listen. That's just Snapchat. If you want to send us your Snapchats during the game. United Stand MUFC. United Stand MUFC, all one word. That's gone up onto the Snapchat channel now. Sean Magnus says Fosu Mensah should play today. So should Axel. And Rashford benched, says Garley. I totally agree with Marcus Rashford being benched. I benched him on my tactics preview last night. So I've got no issues with Marcus Rashford being benched. I'll be interested to see what you lot think. But I would rest Rashford. You know what? Our priority is the Europa League. I trust this squad. If Wayne Rooney's fit, play him up front. If Fellaini, play Fellaini up front for a bit of height. I don't care what we do. But the reality is, Europa League is still our best chance. He tried something really adventurous last week at Old Trafford against Chelsea. We all went mad about the lineup and it was a tactical masterclass and we got 3 massive points to keep this, what I believe is a, not futile, but a very hard task to get top 4. I think Mourinho's aware of that and I really respect what he's doing in the league. He's sort of trying to rest people, but trying to still have a go at the league. And it's working really well at the moment. It's got to work today. But in relation to Rashford, he's played 120 minutes running out of his skin on Thursday. He will have fatigue. You are more likely to pick up injuries when you are fatigued. It was only 2.5 days ago. I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, to wrap Marcus Rashford in cotton wool and not use him unless totally and utterly essential to do so. So I believe that is the right thing to do. I would do the same with Eric Bailly. I know we want to see those players, but we need to. I mean, imagine if Marcus Rashford goes and gets played today, does his hamstring, out for 6 weeks. Who are you going to play up front then? I know there are Wayne Rooney lovers out there. I know there are people who are just hoping Wayne Rooney can offer something, and I do as well, because if Rooney can offer something in these next few weeks, it could be like a new signing. But let's be realistic. We've lost Zlatan. I know that's debatable. And we'll be picking up on that on the Sunday night show tonight, because there's some big opinions coming up about Zlatan and whether the club should stand by him when he was flirting with other clubs, or give him a new contract, which is being rumoured. But that's all for later on tonight. The reality is we've lost Zlatan. The reality is that we do not want to lose Marcus Rashford. And I think if we did, that would be highly a problem for our season. So I'm happy with whatever the team is. James Green says, is the team news in? It's about to come in, James. It will go along the bottom of the screen when it comes in, and Ross will join me when it comes in. But we're probably about 4 minutes away. Very interesting. My prediction on the team news was that it would be De Gea in goal, Valencia right back, Darmian and Blind as centre backs, Luke Shaw left back, Herrera, Pogba, Fellaini midfield three, Lingard on the right, Young on the left, Rooney up front. No Martial. I mean, I want to see Martial playing, but the good thing about that would mean that you rest Carrick, you rest Bailly, you rest Rashford. There's even talk that Valencia might not start and Fosu Mensah might start. Brilliant. I'm all for it. Look, I think the chances of us getting top four are slim because we dropped so many points at home. So I'm all for giving some of these fringe players a chance, because what I do see, and what I saw last week at Old Trafford and what I saw on Thursday night, is that this team squad is starting to do what Mourinho wants it to do. They are getting into that groove of grinding out results, playing better football, but they believe. And when you believe, that makes a big difference. So very excited to see what this team is. David said Valencia out, which is a very good point. It was rumoured last night that he wasn't part of the squad. I don't think he's injured. But if he is out, then maybe we'll see Ashley Young. Daniel, I haven't had my hair cut. I've probably just done it, because normally the watch-alongs are at night time, aren't they? And I've had work all day. This morning, I've been pampering myself. I haven't really. What have I been doing this morning? A bit of painting. Busy weekend. I don't normally I like Saturday afternoon football for Manchester United, I must admit, but I've sort of got used to this Sunday thing now, so Saturday's a bit my own, and I'll just sit and do stuff. But we're very close to 79,000 subscribers, as somebody just said there. I mean, you can see the live subscriber count below the live comments. Very close. We normally go for a target. We're very close to 80,000. I don't think we can do that today, but we certainly should go past 79,000 before kickoff, which is a great achievement. Please do drop a like on the video. We'd like to get 1,000 likes. Obviously, you're massively part of every show on the United Stand with the live comments, and we do interact with you. We will take Snapchats, and yes, I'm happy that Young stayed now, says Liquid Hill. He's proved valuable. Very valuable. Anushil, Mrs. Ibra. We'll be talking about Zlatan tonight. I think Zlatan deserves more than a little bit. 10 minutes on an hour before kickoff. We will pick him up on the Sunday night show tonight. And I know there's some really controversial views, so I think it fits in with the Sunday night show very well. I'd love to see Martial at number 9, says Tommy Knockers. I'd just like to see Anthony Martial start. And I'd like to see him. I'm very excited by Manchester United at the moment. If you were part of the watch-along on Thursday, I think 4,000 watching, which is by the by, if there was 40 watching, it was just a brilliant atmosphere. We can't have extra time today, obviously, but yeah, I'm very excited by Manchester United at the moment. I want us to win today, and obviously I always want Manchester United to win, but I want us to win today because it will make Thursday even more exciting, if a derby can be more exciting. At some point, I think this top four dream will finish, because the odds are massively against us when you think about injuries, fixture congestion and all that. But I want to win today. Let's just keep it going for as long as possible. Yeah, definitely. So team news should be with us imminently. We are exactly an hour before kickoff. So the team news should be coming in. I just update until we get it. Lovely stuff. Why do we never get retweeted by bloody Manchester United official account, but people like at Kickass Cantona, who I really like, we've known him from the start. He's got about 100,000 followers, but he follows 100. He's a follow for follow merchant. Nothing against those, but we never get retweeted. Starting 11 is in. Bailly starts, Martial starts, Rooney starts, Lingard starts. It's a good team, fellas. It's a good team. Okay, let's crack on with it. De Gea in goal, Darmian at right back, Bailly, Blind and Young. So Young is playing at left back, no Luke Shaw. Ander Herrera, Fellaini, Pogba, Lingard, Martial, Rooney. I'm happy with that team. I think we'll definitely be looking to win the game now. Very happy with that team. Romero is on the bench. Fosu Mensah, Twan-Sebi, Luke Shaw, Michael Carrick, Mkhitaryan, Marcus Rashford. Very strong lineup. Very strong bench. Who's been rested completely? Valencia, obviously. And that's it. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm very happy with that team. Interesting he's played Eric Bailly, but I'm happy with that team. Very happy with it. I've got Ross joining me now instantaneously, and I'll type up the team for you. Ross, I'm sure you've seen the team. Give us your thoughts.
Do you know what? I'm actually quite pleased with it, to be honest. It's good to see Martial starting, which I'm hoping is going to be up front. I haven't really digested that. I can't see Rooney playing up front. I think that'd be a bad move. So I think it's Martial up front, but apart from that,
left, then?
He could be. I think Rooney would be more effective out on the left than he would be up front, to be honest. I think he's probably played his best games this season out in that position, but I don't know until they kind of line up. But that's how I want to see it. The only change I would have made, I don't know if anyone will agree with me or you, Mark, is I probably wouldn't have played Bailly today, because I just think with the centre-back crisis we've got, we need to wrap that man in cotton wool. And I probably would have played Fosu or Twan-Sebi, maybe even Twan-Sebi more there, and just given him his debut, because we haven't really got a lot to lose, to be honest, today. And I think they will sit back, and I think we'll attack them. But apart from, we've got Herrera back. Fellaini did make a difference when he come on against Anderlecht. I'd be interested to see him today. Pogba's Pogba. He plays and contributes as he does. But I'm just looking at the bench, and to be honest, I think Shaw, Mkhitaryan, Rashford, Carrick all needed rest. So the team almost picked itself today, and I'm just pleased that Martial's getting a chance. So overall, I'm really positive for this game, and just looking forward to it, Mark.
Yeah, I've just updated the team news for everybody who isn't aware of it. It's going on the bottom of the screen, but I'll repeat it for you. De Gea in goal, Darmian, Bailly, Blind, Ashley Young at left back, Herrera, Pogba, Fellaini midfield 3, Lingard probably on the right, Martial probably on the left, Rooney probably up front, although me and Ross slightly disagree with that. But it's interesting. I mean, there's lots to talk about. There always is. I was saying last night on my my tactics preview on the Mark Goldbridge channel, that the thing about Manchester United, and I know a lot of other teams get this, but Manchester United have it to just a ridiculous other level, is that our team news for the last, certainly since Van Gaal came, and has continued under Moyes, the team news is just a major event for Manchester United, and we always, we go live an hour before kickoff, but I don't think many clubs could do that if they have fan channels, because we have so much to talk about. It's interesting, Ross, because you're a fan of Rooney, but I've detected over the last few weeks, certainly when you've been on the show, that you're sort of moving away, that Rooney should move away. I've always been quite consistent that I think Rooney's finished. I think his performances over the last 3 years have not been acceptable. However, over the last couple of weeks and yesterday, I did say I've just got a funny feeling. I don't agree with it unless he does what I'm about to say. With Zlatan's injury, I think Mourinho was desperate to keep Zlatan. I think Zlatan's finished at the club now. I wouldn't be surprised if Wayne Rooney contributes over the next few weeks, that we see him stay at Manchester United and he suddenly becomes important again. The big question is whether Wayne Rooney can get back to any sort of form, which I know the jury is still out on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to, like you say, I did retract over the past sort of 2-3 weeks, because I've quite enjoyed not having Rooney, like this Rooney debate all the time, because he's been out of the team and it's been quite nice. But as you said, there's a Zlatan injury. There's a massive case for Rooney now to prove himself. And it's crazy to seem that Rooney has to prove himself, but he does, because he hasn't really contributed a lot this season, whether that's through injury or just form, or the fact that Zlatan's been taking all the limelight. But not just him, every player in his team now, Martial as well, they can step up. Rashford, I think, has already stepped up, to be honest. But yeah, big game for Rooney today, and we all hope, none of us, even you, Mark, none of us dislike Wayne Rooney. We all, I think he's fantastic, and if he can make a difference today or any game leading up to the end of the season, it'd be great for the team, and it might even be good for Rooney, because like you said, Zlatan, in my eyes, he's definitely finished at the club, which is sad, but at the same time, it's exciting because we get to see, Rashford a little bit more, and we get to see Martial a little bit more, hopefully, and gives other players chances to step up. So, yeah, I'd agree with that, Mark.
Somebody in the live comments just said, can we see a bit of the chair? There's some sort of chair fetish. So there is the chair. And with me not currently, I will be back on screen at the moment, but maybe people won't believe what I'm about to say. So me being absent for a moment while I say this probably fits in quite well. I saw a live comment there. I'm not going to shout the person out because they might get some hate, because I think people are back on the Fellaini bandwagon again. So I saw somebody say, bloody hell, Fellaini starting over Fosu Mensah again. Look, I'm not a big Fellaini fan, but I've got no issue with him starting today. And you know what? I'm going to be fair, and you can see that I am really saying it. I've got no issue with Fellaini starting today. I fully expected him to start today. My issue with Fellaini is always where he plays on the pitch. If he's in our centre circle, I don't get it. I don't see the point in it. He's not very good at tackling. He's very slow. His passing is awful. I don't get it. But if, like on Thursday night, he's supporting the striker and getting into the opposition's box, then without Zlatan, I'm sorry, his height is essential. And people might not like that. I've not been an advocate of it. Whatever. If you are on the Fellaini bandwagon, you know what? Well done to you. I will never get on it. But the reason I will never get on it is because when Fellaini's on the pitch, it's not Manchester United. I don't care what anybody says. You can gloat about his chest control and say it's the best in the world. The reality is, it's long ball. It's lofted long ball. I don't like it. But, Ross, it is bloody essential at the moment. We haven't got a massive squad. We are down to the bare bones. And Barnsley, Burnley, whatever they are, some northern shit team, they are going to be very physical. So Fellaini actually is very important today. He was in my team. I've got to put my hand up. I never expected him to not be in it, and I would have put him in it anyway. He was in my team today.
Yeah, on the Fellaini bandwagon, I'm on it for this season, to be honest, because like you just said, if he helps us, he's cost us a few points this season, but he's also helped us in games like Anderlecht when we needed him, when we needed that route one, and he helped us score that goal, which is fantastic. It isn't Manchester United when he's playing, you're right, and there's going to be a few long balls to him today. And do you know what? It's Burnley away. We've played our best team and blown teams like Burnley away and come 1-0. I'll be happy today for 3 points to play route one to Fellaini, and you know what? In the Premier League, I'll be happy to do that for the rest of the season. Going into next season, I think that'll need to change, which is why we all want to see Fellaini not in the team, because we don't want that football. But it's needs must now. Like you said, the squad's thin. I think starting Fosu Mensah today is a big ask, but what I'd like to see is him get more than 2 minutes today. I think if we get half hour out of Fosu Mensah, I'll be happy. And I'd probably like to see a debut for Twanzebe today if he can get a chance, because we cannot rely on Daisy Blinn for the rest of the season in centre-backs. It's just not going to work. So it'd be nice to see how players like Twanzebe step up, because I haven't seen him in a first team light yet. So it's interesting.
No, I must just go back to what you said, actually, because I didn't answer it when you were on about Eric Bailly, and I think you're spot on. I agree. I think he is probably the only risk today, because if we lose him, I would really worry. He's very, very important to us, but trust in Mourinho. Back to the Fellaini thing, just for a very quick moment. I agree with you. I think he's very important now. Zlatan's 6'5". You've got to have some height in your team in the attack. We know we're bad on corners. I think Fellaini does become very important to us. I don't think it's the way Manchester United should be playing. I hope we won't do it next year, but I won't count my chickens. I think he'll get a new contract. But he's very important. I would have picked him today. I'm positive about that lineup, but I won't get on your bandwagon. Sorry, you can go without me, because I've said it consistently for 3 years. We will never win the title with Fellaini in our team. We will always be battling for 4th place with Fellaini, and that has been proved over every year we've had him, and we're doing it again. But we need him at the moment. Luke Shaw out the team. Ashley Young coming in. Can't really complain. He played 120 minutes on Thursday. I think anybody who played 120 minutes on Thursday and isn't playing today, you can't say they're dropped. Rashford, Carrick, Valencia, Shaw, they've got a rest, and that's really important. But what I was saying before you came on, Ross, I'm with you. I think go toe-to-toe with them today. I think absolutely try and win this game, because I think if we don't win, we know in relation to the Premier League, it's going to be very hard to get top 4 anyway. But we know if we don't win every single game, we're probably not going to get top 4. So a draw today, even if it's a battling 10-goal thriller, 5-5. It's no good. I'd rather 1-0 off Fellaini's arse, like you say, and we win. Because we've got the derby on Thursday. That's a crunch game. Can we go to the Etihad and win? But it'd be great to go there with a win today, because it'll be a massive game anyway. But if we win today, it'll be a build-up all week. And that would just make it even more exciting than it is. So I really obviously want us to win today, but I really do hope we win.
Yeah, the win today, obviously Liverpool are playing at 4 o'clock. Puts a lot of pressure on them, and they tend to banana skin against sort of the lesser team. So I think Liverpool have got a tough game later. And like you say, if we get a win today, being sort of 3 points behind Liverpool, then playing at 4 o'clock, and also being a point behind Manchester City, with going into that Manchester derby, absolutely huge. And this is kind of the prequel to Thursday, really. Thursday's the massive game, but we need 3 points to make it the game that it is on Thursday. So, yeah, like you say, we just need to get the job done. And I feel like I felt like this in January. I feel like there's a tiny bit of momentum building with Manchester United at the minute. I know we scraped through on Thursday, but again, I don't care how we get through. As long as we were in that semi-final draw, didn't care about the result. And I was pleased with certain aspects to the game. But today, like you said, I don't care how we play. Just need 3 points out of today, and it will make Thursday the game that it should be.
We're going to go into the bet section in a minute. Me and Ross both like a dabble. I know a few of you do, but it's sort of, don't worry, it does fit in with what we're building up towards anyway. But the form would suggest Manchester United won't win today. Although we've got a fantastic away record, Burnley have got a very good home record. But I think what Ross said there, and I said it in the preview, is very important. The momentum Manchester United have got at the moment, and if you are old enough to remember run-ins, you will know that every result is difficult to get at this time of the year. But Burnley are safe. They are on the beach, I believe. Manchester United aren't on the beach. Every game is like a cup final now. And maybe, around Christmas time, you'd be like, this is going to be very hard. Burnley are motivated. I'm sure Burnley will be motivated today, but motivated for what? They're not in danger of going down. They're not going to get into Europe. Manchester United, 120 minutes on Thursday night, fighting for a goal because they didn't want penalties, and Anderlecht did. We got a win. And I think you cannot buy that mentality that Manchester United have got at the moment. Burnley can't jump into that. So I think that could be massive today, Ross.
Yeah, and I think Mourinho's alluded to that a little bit by basically saying, look, I know this, I don't know if it's 22 games in the Premier League or 23, unbeaten. And look, Mourinho and all us fans would have taken 2 losses in that and turned all the draws into wins because we'd be points better off. But there's a certain mentality to a team that can go that long unbeaten. We've had so many last-minute goals to get draws, and that's come back into Manchester United's game again. I remember watching Van Gaal last season. In the last 15 minutes, he would never throw sort of the towel in and go for it. We'd always play this possession football, which is another reason why I like Manchester United so much more under Jose Mourinho. So, as you said, we have to go all out for this game, and it will build on Thursday, and that Thursday game is going to be huge. And with the momentum that we've got, like you say, I'd favour United if we win today.
Yeah, just a couple of points. Somebody said that Burnley could still go down. No chance. Middlesbrough are 12 points behind them, having played the same game. Swansea are 5 points behind them, having played a game more. So Burnley are safe. They probably need another result, but that might motivate them a little bit. They'd probably like to get it against United, but I think there's a massive difference between where they are and where we are mentally. And I think we've got players coming back. Let's not forget. Well, let's come back to that in a minute, actually. And also 2 points. A lot of people talking about Zlatan. A few people talking about David De Gea putting his house on the market. Happy to talk about them. Not really the time now. We're live at 8:30 tonight. Ross is going to join me. Alex will be on. Join us on the live comments. They're 2 of the big topics we'll discuss tonight. So I'm not parking them. I'm not ignoring them. We've just got loads to get through in relation to this game, and that's the most important thing at the moment. But they are 2 very, very valid topics. Okay, very quickly then. Links in the video description. Second paragraph. How you can win a signed Sir Bobby Charlton shirt framed. Absolute collector's item. If you do fancy a little bit of a dabble, the way you enter that competition, second paragraph in the video description, there's a link. It will take you to this page with Bet365. sign up with Bet365 to enter the draw, and then you've just got to put a bet on. So my bet today, I've got Ross. Hopefully Ross can see the screen as well. We want Manchester United versus Burnley for a start. So how do we find that? Oh, well, come on. Soccer. There we go. UK Sunday matches. Burnley v Manchester United. They've actually gone up. Manchester United. It was 1.66 to win. So 1.72. Manchester United would be my bet. I think we will win. I'm just wondering if there's a goal scorer and a match win, because I'd quite fancy that. You got any on today, Ross? Anything you fancy?
I haven't, but I will do. I normally wait I kind of wait to get your thoughts in the live comments before I go in on it. But the one that I'm feeling, and it's me going completely with my heart and not my head, is I do like to get some good odds. So I'd probably go with Manchester United 2-0 and get good odds on it, but I'd put a low amount.
Yeah, I would go. Well, you can see it on the screen. So you got Manchester United at 1.72 there. That's a decent value bet. A tenner will win you £7.20 back. I also like the look of both teams to score, which is here. Yes, double your money at 2.05. I think that's got good value. And also, anytime goal scorer. I think there's value in Martial at 2.75. So a tenner would win you £17.50 back, and obviously you get your tenner back. Mkhitaryan's on the bench. Rooney, I think there's value in Rooney. Tenner, get 30 quid. I think there's value in that. Lingard's
is that any time?
Yeah, any time. He's at 3.0.
Really,
so a tenner and you win. Well, you get your tenner back and you get 20 quid. So I think Rooney to score at any time is value. That's how you do it, folks. It's in the video description, second paragraph. Click the link, sign up with Bet365. Go to Manchester United, Burnley, put your bets on. But I think I quite like, as an outsider, Rooney at 3.0, any time to score. I think I'll revise my bet and say that that's the value one. Or Manchester United to win outright at 1.72. I don't think you can do combined results and Rooney, but let me just try. No, it doesn't double up the bets for you. But yeah, either or of those be good, or both teams to score, which is double your money. So yeah, they'd be my three. They would be my three. Score predictions then, Ross. I mean, I think both teams will score. I'm going to say 3-1 United. I just got a funny feeling it'll be quite an open game because United need to get it won.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Daley Blind as our centre-back, but then I think he's got to have a big game today. I'm probably going to go with my bet, which is going to be 2-0 to Manchester United, because that's what I want to see. And the basis of that is I think if we do get a goal, I can imagine them coming at us trying to equalise it and us just hitting them on the break. But it's more of a hope than with me head, but I'm going to stick with it.
I think Paul Pogba to score at any time was 5.0, so £10 will win you 40 quid and you get your tenner back. I forgot to say that. As an outside, I'd have a dab on that. I don't have a dab. I would. I know he hasn't scored for a while, but I just think Pogba's going to be very important in this game. He's our image for the Watchalong, and I think he will. I think Pogba's doing okay at the moment, and rivals are still trying to call him a flop, but he's doing very well at the moment. We've hit 79,000 subscribers. Thanks to everybody. If you are new, you found a fantastic community of Manchester United fans. Get involved. We are live tonight at 8:30 with the Sunday night show as well. Live at 8:30 pretty much every night, and especially with summer coming fast, there'll be lots of transfer shows coming in as well. So welcome to the United Stand. Keep getting involved. Yeah, 3-1. Somebody just said there, Mark, you always say 3-1. I do, and it sometimes happens. I said 2-0 against Chelsea, and it was 2-0. So there you go. What else do we want to talk about? So we've talked about the midfield three. Oh, I know. I mean, it's not really been mentioned much, Ross, but I think if people aren't confident that we can win today, Martial's starting. Very excited about that. Two things I want to talk about. Martial, so excited. I'm a massive fan of Martial. I know people are starting to turn against him, but I think a lot still want him to do well. And also, Ander Herrera didn't play 1 minute on Thursday. He's coming off the back of a 10 out of 10 performance a week ago. These two players could be massive, especially Herrera.
Yeah, Herrera, you're right. Martial, I haven't turned on him by any means, but I was very disappointed with him on Thursday. I thought he'd come on and made little to no impact. But he's got to prove himself today. Otherwise, I think, because Martial has a lot of fans and there's a lot of fanboys as well. And I think they'd all start to turn on him if he had a crap performance today, because I don't know if he would have even started today if we wouldn't have played 120 minutes on Thursday. I just don't think Mourinho's got the trust in him. Seems to be criticising him a lot recently. So all he needs to do today is go out there, prove Mourinho wrong, and he'll play. So yeah, he'll be pivotal. He'll be absolutely pivotal if we get the Martial that we've had of last season. If he plays like the Martial of this season, I think he'll be coming off after 60 minutes for Mkhitaryan, to be honest.
Yeah, he just can't get past his first man at the moment. I don't know whether he's been figured out, second season syndrome. This can happen with some skillful players. You sort of get figured out a bit, and he just doesn't seem to be able to get past his first man that often. But he's got to work. You've got to work harder than that. But I'm very happy that he's starting today, because I sort of agree with Ross. I didn't expect him to necessarily start. So the fact that he started, whatever you think about Martial, it just shows that Mourinho trusts him to a certain extent to start him. You could say there's nobody else, and I agree with you, but he is starting, and it is a big opportunity, because it's a bit like Luke Shaw. I don't think Luke Shaw started the game very well against Anderlecht at all. You could say he was at fault for the goal. He didn't have a very good first half an hour, but when Rojo came off, that sort of killed Mourinho's options. I was worried for Luke Shaw at half time, but when Rojo got injured, it was like, Blin's come on. We haven't actually got a left back he can bring on now, and also he doesn't want to waste another sub. So Luke, he had to persevere with Luke Shaw, and because he persevered with him, Luke Shaw got better and better and actually had a very good game. And I think that sort of happened with Martial. Although he was only on for half an hour, I think about 15 minutes of it, the first 15 minutes, he was pretty bad, but he was getting better and better. And there was one point during the game where Rashford could have played him in one-on-one, but he overhit the pass. But he's going to start today. He's going to get at least 45 minutes unless he gets injured. So very, very important that he does well, and hope that he does. But this team should be beating Burnley. It's a strong team. It's evidence, Ross, that we do have a decent squad. I don't think it's a squad to win the title by any means, but it's certainly a squad that can get you. It should get you top four. Mata's out for the season potentially. Zlatan's out for the season, definitely. Rojo's out, definitely. Smalling's out. Jones is out. That's 5 first-team players, and we still can put out a very, very good side.
Yeah, the only frustrating thing that I've had this season is this. I would have been happy to see this team versus Burnley sort of 3 months ago, to be honest, with this rotate. But he never did it. He never rotated the Europa League with the Premier League. And I think, look, I know there were freak injuries on Thursday, but I just think we're starting to pay the price for not using the squad. And I think now Mourinho has to use the squad because we've got a lot of injuries. And I'm going to slightly blame him for that, because I think that if you'd have protected some of the key players like Zlatan more and Rojo to an extent, because we haven't played Jose Mensah or Twanzebe not near enough, I think we wouldn't be in this position. But as you say, I'm excited because finally we're actually using the whole of this huge squad that we have. And it's nice to see. I know I'd give him a little bit of stick earlier in the season, but it's nice to see players like Ashley Young coming in and actually contributing, because not because Luke Shaw's been dropped, but because he's actually overdue a rest from playing 120 minutes on Thursday.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some of the live comments. RLJ Gamers says Rooney's going to score 3 today. You know what? If he did score today, I'd be very happy for him. The only thing that would frustrate me a little bit is all the Rooney lovers coming out saying, "I told you so," which they always do every time Rooney scores a goal. And to my reply would be, what about the last 3 years? So I hope he can turn up. We need him to turn up. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he won't do. But the jury's out. The jury's out on Rooney. I've just got a funny feeling he's got something to do the last few weeks of the season. Martial's my pick for man of the match, says Lucas Taylor. Hold up, mate. It's not started yet. I think he's predicting it. And 4-1 Manchester United, says Andrea Lewis. Burnley 1, Manchester United 3, says Abden Nassar. It's not a good team. Dry your eyes, says Irish Reds. And glad to see Rooney back in the fold. We'll have a massive point to prove, says Aaron Hemmings. Yes, he will. Martial and Shaw would have been nice to see, said somebody else. Aaron Hemmings obviously is happy to see Rooney. Ashley Young has been fantastic on the left wing, says Paul Lucas. I mean, how we line up is, I want to talk about that in a minute, but something just flashed up on my screen, Ross, and I just want to go through it here. Manchester United, we've played 2 games less than Liverpool, but we have obviously got 2 games in hand. We're 6 points behind them, so you've got to win them 2 games in hand. They've got Palace at home, Watford away, Southampton at home, West Ham away, Middlesbrough at home. I'll tell you what, That's not a bad running at all, is it? And we've got Burnley away, Man City away, Swansea at home, Arsenal away, Tottenham away, Southampton away, Palace at home. I mean, I think when you just compare those two, I don't see where Liverpool... I'm sure they will, but I could see Liverpool with no European football, no cup football, rested, getting their players back. Palace at home, I'd expect them to win that. Watford away, they can win that. Southampton at home, they can win that. West Ham away, they could win all of their games. Man City have got us, which I think if we win today, if we want to finish above Man City, we've got to beat them on Thursday. They've then got Middlesbrough away, which is 3 points. Palace at home, probably 3 points. Leicester at home, probably 3 points. West Brom at home, 3 points. Watford away. City and Liverpool have just got fantastic run-ins compared to us, and I don't think people have looked at that when they say, oh yeah, we can get top four, we've got games in hand. It's not about that. It's about the run-ins.
Yeah, but do you know what? Liverpool, if you look at statistically, and you don't want to read into them too much, but Liverpool dropped all of their points to teams that are in the bottom half of the table. So I think you could look at their run in two ways, because if you look at how they've been scoring points, it's probably the worst running they can hope for. And it's kind of the opposite with Manchester United, the feeling that I'm getting at the minute, which is why, even with the team we picked against Chelsea, I think you were the same, I was just confident that we were going to win that game. And I feel like that with some of the bigger games coming up for United. So I still think top four's hopeful just based on them facts. And it really wouldn't surprise me to see Liverpool drop points to Palace today, just given the fact that their best player is obviously out still. So it is going to be tough. But I was just looking, I don't know if you said it, Mark, about obviously Keane starting today, which is going to be quite interesting to see. I'm at an absolute lose-lose with that, because I want him to have an absolute shocker. But at the same time, if he does, everyone will be out saying this is why United shouldn't sign him.
I'm not a big fan of Michael Keane coming back. Roy Keane, I would. But Michael Keane, no. But if it's a bit like Lukaku, I don't really want Lukaku. But if Mourinho decides he wants Michael Keane and Lukaku, I will give them 100% support, because I back what Mourinho does. But for me, I just think there are better players out there. But I mean, the thing about Michael Keane is, whether you want him or not, we've got a 30% fee that comes back to us if they sell him. He's got 1 year left on his contract. We could get him for peanuts, and he's English. You'd probably get him for about £13 million, which is absolute peanuts for somebody in their early 20s who's English and had a good season in the Premier League. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. What was I going to say? We've got a horrific 10 days, though, regardless of what anybody thinks about the Premier League. We've got a horrific 10 days. We've got Celta Vigo, Arsenal away, Celta Vigo second leg, Spurs away. I mean, that is just going to be... If we're still in with the shout of top four, it's going to be an amazing 10 days, that. But I do feel that Mourinho, Ross, is sort of realistic. I think he's probably a bit like me, that I just don't think we will get top four. I think we've dropped too many points, and now it's just too much of a big ask to just win every single game and do the Europa League. But I did like what he did against Chelsea last week, which was rest key players, but come up with a strategy to win that game against the league leaders.
Yeah, that's kind of what I say with the like, it is a horrific fixture list. But I just think if any manager's going to do it, it's Mourinho, because like you just said, he could put out a weaker team and almost get them to play better than our first team because of strategy, tactics, and maybe even just revving them up for the game a little bit and giving players with points to prove. I mean, I don't think any Manchester United fan would be devastated if on Thursday night the team lineup comes out and Fosu, Mensah and Twanzebe make it onto there. Everyone would be excited about that. So Mourinho's got the full backing now based on what he did at Chelsea, regardless of what team he puts out there, which is a great thing to have for a manager, and it kind of would relieve a bit of pressure off him and what 11 he puts out there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Bickman, the obscure 1969, says Rooney's not coming back, people. The last match he played showed this. A less than 80% Lingard has more to offer than Rooney. If you think Icardi is better than Lukaku, you are lost when it comes to football matters, says Izzy Danier. I think, mate, I've just belittled you in front of 2,000 people there. If you think Lukaku's better than Icardi, you're a fool. We can drop 5 points, maybe 6. Any more than that, and top 4 is impossible, says David Logan. I don't think we can afford to drop any points, Ross.
No, we can't. We have to win today and on Thursday. Then we could potentially get another draw out of it, but that'll be it. It's win-win until the end of the season.
Rooney will bring some experience, says PS Madness. Chris Jericho, you're clearly not banned because I'm reading your live comments. You may well have sworn, which is a banned word, and your comment wouldn't go up, but you're not banned. I think people sometimes don't understand that. Mark, do you think Twansiba will make his debut? I think he already has, the coconut jams. And Arsenal have no backbone without Koscielny, so worries there. I think Spurs away is the one. And a few people don't believe that Icardi is better than Lukaku. You've not watched Icardi then. Rooney will score today. I mean, why do people think Lukaku's good? He's played Manchester United 4 times in the last 2 years and not turned up. But still people persist with, I want Lukaku. Lukaku's better than Mbappe. Lukaku's better than Aubameyang. He's not. He's just a decent Premier League striker. He is not the next coming of Zlatan. I guarantee you. And I don't think we'll sign him anyway. Mourinho was never convinced with him at Chelsea. And people say, oh, I don't know what's going to happen on the live comments now. Mark, he scored a hat-trick against us for West Brom in an exhibition game that finished 5-5 last game of the season. He never turns up against United. We are linked with Belotti. I like him. Fellaini to score a hat-trick, says Isaiah Plays. Would love that. What time is kick-off? It's at 2:15, so 25 minutes time. Cannot wait. Another game, Ross. Another Manchester United game. I know you were excited on Thursday. It was tough to watch. It was tough to watch as it went into extra time. I just think Anderlecht, from a very good first half, after the first half, they just didn't really come out. And I think they thought, if we can get to penalties, that's our best chance. But we kept going and we kept going. And it was a fantastic watch. But today, we'll have to do it in 90 minutes.
Yeah, we will do. And my excitement is building because I'm actually off to the Swansea game next week. And I want to go to that game, it being, a huge game, us coming off the back of 6 points, hopefully, from today and on Thursday. But again, if we lose today, I think, I could be going up to watch a bit of an exhibition myself. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think I firmly believe we're going to win today. I don't think we'll play that well. I just think we'll win today. And like you said, it's off the back of momentum. And Thursday was an awful watch, to be honest. I mean, it was head in hands moment when we were getting countered at 1-0 in extra time. But we come through it, and I think that just shows a determination that I think the team will bring into this game. And you mentioned it earlier, and I didn't speak about it, but we've got a 100% fit Ander Herrera playing against Joey Barton. I mean, we should be absolutely dominating that midfield.
I'm just looking at our number one fan on Sky, Gary Neville. But where's the chair, says Hadrianus. I'm sat on it. Patrick Moran says you've watched one hat-trick from Icardi. Shut up, Mark. If you watch the United Stand, I've been going on about Icardi for a long, long time. Not going to fall for your little trolling. Blind is our weak point today, says RLJ Gamers. I spoke about this last night. I mean, I'll give it a minute because it's a good point, and if I see a good point, I'll always try and get it out. If you want a definite shout out, obviously we get a lot of live comments. The super chat option is there on the live comments. It's the $ there. You can contribute to the United Stand, a bit like Twitch, and we'll always read it out for you. So if you want a definite one, you can do that. And what was I going to say about Daily Blind? Yeah, I mean, Daily Blind, Ross, is very interesting because last season, a lot of people liked Daily Blind, and I was like, I don't know about Daily Blind as centre-back because I like him at left-back. I think he's a good left-back, but as centre-back, he's not very tall. I felt he was protected. I mean, Smalling was called Smaldini last season, and Blind was very good last season, but for anybody with a brain, we spoke about it so many times before, they were very good because they were we were very boring under Van Halen. They were protected by 2 defensive midfielders. This year, we've played 1 defensive midfielder, and Blind and Smalling have found themselves not really getting involved that much. But I'm going to stick up for Blind a little bit. I think he's a very clever player. I think he's very good at moving the ball out the back. I think the only issue is he lacks height, and I think that's one of the big things that Mourinho hasn't utilised him really as a centre-back this season.
He lacks kind of all the fundamental things that you need to be a dominant centre-back, which is height, strength, mobility, which is why you say that he's probably best on the left, which he is, because his best features are with the ball. It's not in his defensive work. And I just totally agree with what you said about him last season. I think he was protected. He did have a few really good games. I won't take that away from him. And he also bossed Lukaku in one of them, which goes back to your Lukaku point. But I think he is the weak link in our defence. And if you're a Burnley manager setting up your team, you'll be trying to utilise that weakness, I think, and putting all the big men on him. So it's a massive game for Bailly because he's going to have to, not only do his defensive work, but I think he'll have to sort of protect Blind a little bit. And that's not, I think Blind's the best option we have at centre back at the minute, to be honest. So we can't give him too much stick because it's needs must. But if he is struggling, I really would want to see Twanzebe play today.
Somebody just said, Dean Maguire says it's the road to 80,000 subscribers. If we do it today, it'd be amazing. But we've gone past 79,000, which is great. Thanks for everybody getting involved, and please do drop a like on the video. It's nice to get 1,000 likes ASAP. I forgot the name of the person who said it, but they said, what are your betting tips for today? The link is in the video description. It's the second paragraph. Just sign up on the link with Bet365 and you go in the draw to win a Sir Bobby Charlton signed frame shirt. We're giving that away at the end of the month. So sign up, and I will go to that now. So there is the page. If you click the second paragraph link description there, it will take you to this page. You sign up. I'm not going to click to sign up there because I'm not going to give you my full details live online, and I already have signed up. So once you have signed up, get yourself through onto the main page. Go down to soccer, because it's football, but they call it soccer. UK Sunday matches. Burnley versus Manchester United. I've got a few tips for you. Manchester United at 1.72. I think there's value in that. I do think we'll win. There was also both teams to score at 2.05, so you can double your money on that. I do think both teams to score, although Ross doesn't. And then the other one was goal scorers. If we open that up, anytime Wayne Rooney at 3.00, so £10, you'd get 20 quid and your tenner back. I think there's great value in that. I've got a funny feeling about Pogba. I can't see what Pogba's odds are. 4.0, so probably, I thought it was 5, so probably not great. But I've just got a funny feeling Pogba might score. And somebody said, what are the odds on David De Gea scoring? I'd be amazed if they've even offered them. No, they haven't. But yeah, I think the odds are that I think Rooney at 3.0 is a good one. I think United to win outright at 1.72 is a good one. Or I think both teams to score at 2.05 is a good one as well. So sign up, get yourself in that draw. The link is in the second paragraph of the video description, and we will be giving that away at the end of the month. So there we go. Celtic beat Rangers 2-0. I'm not going to tell you where my loyalties lie because I'll probably upset quite a few people. It's 50-50, isn't it? Do you know any Man United chants, says Mourinho Motivation? I know one or two, but I'm not going to sing any. What about Fosu Mensah, says Matt Goddard? He's on the bench. He's on the bench. IAQ reckons he won 20k yesterday with Sky Bet. Well done if you did.
There was someone yesterday, I saw a Sky Bet thing, and it was someone put on 3 teams, both teams to score in each half, and obviously Tottenham Chelsea was one of them, and it was 20 grand off a £3 bet, which was phenomenal.
It is. Ridwan says, rest in peace to Ugo Aguiog. Yeah, we spoke about that on Friday night. Obviously tragic for anybody to lose their life at such a young age. But when you see what people have said about him, and I remember him well as growing up because that's sort of my era. Him and not that I didn't support any of the teams that he played for, but I do remember him in Southgate at Aston Villa and Middlesbrough. It reminds me a bit of Manchester United. I always I don't know whether people have read Sir Alex Ferguson's book. It's not his latest one. It was his one before that. And he mentions the young lad who died in the youth setup. I don't know whether you know this story, Ross. There was a young lad, and I apologise because it's only just popped into my head that I forget his name. I think it was Jimmy somebody. And he died in a car crash from the youth setup. And he gets a mention in the book. But Les Seeley, who was our goalkeeper in the 1990 FA Cup final, Jim Leighton played in the first leg. Didn't play very well. He dropped him, played Les Seeley in the replay, and we won the game. So he's a cup-winning goalkeeper. Never got a mention in that book. Unless I missed it, he never got a mention in that book. But he died of a heart attack around the same age as Ugo Aguiog, and early 40s. Tragic, absolutely tragic. Really is tragic. And I think, you know what? I don't want to go all medical and that, but you just never know. You never know. You can be the fittest person in the world, but if you've got some sort of thing wrong with you, it can be a time bomb. So enjoy the time that you've got and make love, not hate. Not literally. Some people don't want you to make love to them, but There was a live comments there from Eddie Feed YouTube. He's contributed a couple of quid to us. Thanks for that, Eddie. Do you think Rashford should start over Rooney? No for me. Ross?
No, obviously, if he hadn't played 120 minutes, yes. But yeah, given Thursday's game, no, I'm excited to see Rooney today.
Mark EO says, what are you going to do for 80,000 subscribers? Just carry on. No, nothing. If we get to 100,000, I think that would be massive. We've got an announcement on the Sunday show tonight, actually, as a little bit of... we are a democracy on the United Stand. We do listen to what you lot have got to say. A few of you watched the transfer video yesterday and sort of got confused and thought we'd become the Dortmund fan channel because of the yellow colours. We've gone yellow because it's just something a little bit different for the transfer stuff in the summer. But we do listen to what you say, and we've got something to announce for you later on tonight. And like I said, tonight we will talk in depth about Zlatan and De Gea putting his house up for sale, amongst other things. Hopefully a Manchester United win, but we'll keep that back for tonight because the Sunday show is a big part of the channel, and we want to keep something back. Ian Murphy says he'd make love to me. I wouldn't enjoy it, Ian, as much as I appreciate the love. We cannot drop points today, says Matt Grease. Wig, says Chad Sproul. Funnily enough, I know where the wig is. I might go and get it later. United in the Stands Chance, Ross, says he would like to play Martial up front today. I read that out purposely because you've said that it might well be Martial up front. I think it will be... I mean, we've not touched on this. I apologise. I think Martial will play on the left. I think Lingard will play on the right. I don't know what he's going to do with Rooney and Fellaini. He might play Fellaini as the number 9 with Rooney in behind him.
Yeah, do you know what? A little part of me thinks that maybe the Mourinho-Martial thing is, because I think Martial wants to play up front. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's expressed them concerns to Jose at some point during the season when we saw Martial play up front, which was quite a shock when he did. And he didn't play that well, unfortunately, and played better when he dropped back deep. But I think there might be something in that, and I think he might be given another chance tonight. And Rooney up front for me, I think them days are gone. I think his best position at United has and always will be number 10. So I'd probably rather see him play there and not drop any deeper than that. But I think the pace up front from Martial is key. And I think he's a better... He doesn't get the chances that Rashford gets, but I think Martial is a much better finisher than Rashford. So if he gets chances, I'd back him to score.
I agree. I mean, I think Martial he's got a lovely finish on him. I think Rashford will get there. I mean, they're my two favourite players at Manchester United. I just love the fact that they're young. They're our best two flair players. I love flair players. I always have. Whether it was Gascoigne for England when I was growing up. I just love flair players. Ronaldo, people who can run at people, score goals. It's
Nani.
Who?
Nani.
Yeah, Beppe, David Bellion, Jemba, Cleberson. Yeah, I love him. But yeah, I love Martial. I love Rashford. I don't want either. I want them to have great long careers at Manchester United. I have got concerns about Martial, but it changes each week. I think him starting today, as Ross said, if he has a bad performance today, even people like myself have got to start to say, well, you're given opportunities. What are you going to do with them? But hopefully we'll have a good game today. I've just realised I've hit the timer. If you look below the score, 0-0, it's going up to 1 minute there. I'm just running a test. I always do that. So I've stopped it off now. But I mean, I've got funny. It's going to be interesting because a lot of people are very critical of Zlatan and his lack of pace. I don't want to get into Zlatan because we'll talk about that later tonight. But Rooney as a number 9, he's not going to solve that problem of teams playing a high line against us. And to be honest, as much as I'm looking forward to watching Michael Keane because I haven't seen a lot of him this year. I just don't think he's what Manchester United need. But I do think he'd deal with Rooney quite easily. I think he would as well, to be honest, up front. Michael Keane needs someone with a bit of pace to get him behind him, and Rooney won't do that. He'll play in front of Michael Keane, and Michael Keane's that sort of defender. Well, any defender wants the forward to play in front of them, to be honest, because it's easy to defend. If you have got someone constantly in behind, it will cause an issue. So, yeah, I'm with that. I think Keane will be able to deal with more than enough with Wayne Rooney. It'd have been interesting, and it's a shame that Zlatan's not playing today. I would have loved to have seen a Michael Keane-Zlatan battle, but we'll get something a little bit different, hopefully, with Martial, with
with more pace about him.
I'd agree with that. I just hope that we do use Fellaini. I know I don't like spending any time talking about Marouane Fellaini, if I'm totally honest, but he is important to us, and I just want to see Fellaini in the opposition's box as much as possible. And you know what? We're talking about, it's going to be Martial on the left. Somebody just said it in the live comments there. They're spot on. We might not play a 4-3-3 today. We might not. We might play like a back three, like we did against Chelsea, with Darmian, Bay, and Blind as sort of like a back three. How would that work? I'm trying to. Should have thought this through before I started talking about it. With Ashley Young sort of as a left-sided wing back, Lingard as a right-sided wing back, two up top, and a midfield three.
I haven't actually looked at that at all, but I think
so you'd have
really
Rooney and Fellaini as sort of like a front two, and no, that wouldn't work. It'd have to be Martial and somebody else as a front two, and then Martial and maybe Fellaini as a front two, and Pogba, Herrera, and Rooney as the midfield three.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. And do you know what? Now you've said that, and I'm looking at that team, I almost think that it will line up like that, to be honest, because
I'd be more excited with that, to be honest. I just want to see Fellaini in the opposition's box. I think he's a threat there.
And it utilises Young a bit better as well. And I think Darmian, Bailly, and Blind as a pair of three is a lot safer than Bailly and Blind as a two. I think if Rojo was playing, I'd be happy with the two. But with three of them, it almost makes two complete centre-backs. So, I'd be more happy with that. I think, good point.
Well, Darmian was excellent last Sunday. I mean, I liked Darmian in the his first season at the club. I thought he started the season really well, and then I think Van Gaal, the idiot he was, just kept messing around with his team all the time. I've not been that impressed with Darmian this year, but I thought last week was his brilliant performance, probably his performance of the season. And again, I think there's a lot of players in this United side at the moment that over the season, I'll admit I have, and many of you have been quite critical of. But suddenly, with all the injuries, if they step up to the plate, they can almost be heroes of the season. Your Darmians, your Rooneys, your Fellainis, your Ashley Youngs. These players are very, very important to us at the moment. And what I like about it, Ross, is we've all been critical of those players over the season. Quite rightly, it's justified. It's like when the lineup came out last week and you get the plonkers who after it start going through everyone's retweets and saying, you're not a fan because you had a go at the lineup last week. We all had every right to be concerned, frustrated and worried with the lineup last week. And the brilliance of it was, Mourinho showed every single one of us why he's paid to be Manchester United manager. Because none of us thought that was a good lineup and we won 2-0. There's nothing wrong with being critical. And we have been critical of these players this season. But what I like at the moment is, nobody's being critical about Fellaini. No one's being critical about Darmian or Rooney or anything like that. Because we're in this bubble now that you get at the end of the season, where it's like siege mentality, Manchester United, game after game, we've got to win. I don't care who's wearing the shirt as long as they're contributing and giving everything.
Yeah, that's United fans as well. I mean, we can get on players' backs, that everyone can, but all they really want out of that, small bit of negativity is a response. And there's nothing we all like better than being proven wrong. And I think if players are constantly trying to prove us wrong or showing a distinct effort, I think United fans will naturally get behind them. And look, there's this Fellaini's a debate that can go on and on and on. But I think that's gone a little bit quiet because at least we're seeing a player that's trying his hardest, for Manchester United. And Darmian, like you said last week, was fantastic. He has another great game today. He'll go from zero to hero very quickly. And Ashley Young's done the same for me. I think I completely wrote him off in January, and now I'm here actually happy that he's starting a game for Manchester United. So it's that siege mentality, and it's that wanting to be proven wrong, which drives us all on.
I don't know whether this is a joke because I'm more interested in the United stand, but apparently, and it might be a joke, Red Devil Dylan says that United players are wearing Ibrahimovic and Rojo shirts. I hope that's a joke. I really do. We've ripped the piss out of Liverpool for doing stupid stuff like that. It's football. People get injured. They've not died or anything like that. I'm sure it's a joke. I'm sure it's a joke. Shaka Phillips always comes out with funny comments. I don't know how his brain works sometimes. He says, I know this is off topic, but wouldn't you agree that Barcelona have better fans than Real Madrid, but Real Madrid don't dive a lot in games? I'd love to spend 10 minutes in your head, Shaka. I mean, where does that come from? One's got better fans, but the other team doesn't dive. Brilliant. And Lorenzo Rodriguez. Oh, Lorenzo, drop me a DM. We get so many messages that once somebody's messaged me, unless they message me again, it just disappears. I need to speak to you about something, so drop me a DM on Twitter. But he makes a good point. He says, Mark, did you see Lindelof's Thunderbolt free kick yesterday? I get a lot of stick because I said that the Lindelof deal was done. There's certain clubs and certain fans who do messages. I actually had a message from somebody who's a Benfica fan. I'm thinking about getting him on the show because he said, why haven't you mentioned Lindelof or Semedo? Because there's big talk at Benfica that they're coming. So I said, well, I was told that Lindelof was going to sign. What went wrong there? And he said Lindelof was signing for Manchester United in the summer. The reason it broke down, which I know about, but I didn't know it was why it broke down, was because he's got part ownership from his previous club and they dug their feet in about how much money they wanted, and that's why the deal didn't get done. So it could still come to pass, Ross, that when I said Lindelof deal was done, it still could be done in this summer. Scored a good free kick yesterday as well.
Yeah, do you know what? I was one that was on the fence with if we should have signed him in January, but you look at it now and you could, at the time, I think we had Rojo, Smalling and Jones all fighting for it, but I forgot that Smalling and Jones are made of glass and Rojo was just unfortunate. And how nice would it have been to have Lindelof today? Yeah, we're going to buy a centre-back in the summer, and I think why we're here in the Michael Keane rumours is because I don't think Jose is going to have his pants pulled down by any club because, you know, if Benfica's stall with Lindelof, we'll just say, well, we've got plan B, C and D. So, yeah, I think he's one of the possible centre-back recruitments, and he might even be number one.
Apparently, it's true about this shirt. I mean, I'm going to let you get off, Ross, and if you don't want to make a comment, you need to get off, that's fine. But I'm just about to tweet it out. United players wearing Zlatan shirts. Thoughts? United fans died in Nigeria on Thursday night, and we're wearing shirts because Zlatan's got a knee injury. Am I being harsh?
No, I think I really, 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 really hope that they're not doing that. I just think we'll just get completely trolled because of it, to be honest. I think a simple tweet like AC Milan or Inter Milan is sufficient enough to give the players their support. Wearing the shirts is ridiculous. Please no.
Loads of people saying it's no joke. Zlatan and Rojo shirts. I don't know. I don't know about that. But are you coming back at half time, Ross?
Yeah, mate, I'll be on at half time.
Brilliant. You can follow Ross on Twitter at Hazza90. Very, very good tweets this week. I can't retweet them off the United Stand account because they're controversial, but lots of good banter on there. So give him a follow at Hazza90. And we'll see you at half time. And tonight.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, Ross. I can't see if there is any truth in what people have said about the Zlatan thing. I've done it blind. I've tweeted off our account. My thoughts. I'm not controversial. I just say what I think. I don't like the fact that we are wearing shirts for a football player who's done their knee. So what? I mean, I'm a massive Zlatan fan, but so what? Why are we wearing a shirt for players who've done their knees? Like I said, it's this world, this bubble we live in where they're held up as gods. They're footballers. You're going to get injured. People died watching Manchester United play on Thursday night. We will get the piss ripped out of us now, and on a moral level, we'll also have people saying stuff like that. You know, Ugo Egiog didn't play for Manchester United. We should not wear a T-shirt or anything like that. But he was a young man who died a couple of days ago from a heart attack, and wearing T-shirts because somebody's got an injury. I don't know. Just personally, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reacting to it very quickly and, you know, but I just don't agree with it. We used to rip the piss out of Liverpool for doing stuff like that. So, Man Marcus makes me laugh. It's only for the warm-up, Goldie. I didn't think we'd suddenly changed our kit for the game, mate. Of course it's only for the warm-up. We move on. Somebody just told me to have a look at Manchester United's Twitter. Let's have a look what it says. Yeah, we've got. There's a picture of Fellaini with Ibrahimovic on the back and Pogba with Marcus Rowe on the back. You know what? I'm going to be nice and say, look, it's a nice thing to do, but I don't. And loads of people have sent me a DM, so thanks about that. Look, I'm not going to. It's not each to their own. But I just think we had Manchester United fans dying in Nigeria. the other night, and we could have put something on the back of our shirts about that. I just think the club get it wrong sometimes. And we laughed at City when they did it for Gundogan, says Luke Armstrong. You know what? That's a bloody great point from Luke. I've got to back that comment and say, look, when Man City did it for Gundogan, we retweeted something off our account, taking the piss out of City. And then we've gone and done it. So we will get the piss ripped out of us. But to be fair to City, they hadn't had a load of their fans die 2 or 3 days before. I just think we get things wrong sometimes, but everybody gets things wrong. Everybody gets things wrong. We've got a big game to win. We've got a game to win here. Everybody, this is the most important part of the show before the game kicks off. Get in the live comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Love to know where you're watching from. Like I say, United are a global club, so let us know where you're watching from. I've got Xander about to join me, but let us know where you're watching from, and we'll give a few of you shout-outs. Manchester United are a global club. And to be honest with you, I'm sure that the club did tweet something about this the other night. Tragic, absolutely tragic. We've already said it ourselves. It was tragic what happened on Thursday night. Nobody should go and watch a football match and not come home. Whatever country you're in, Manchester United is a global club. You can be from Nigeria, Nottingham, or North Manchester, whatever. You're a Manchester United fan, you're part of the Manchester United family, and for those friends and family of those people who died on Thursday night, our hearts go out to you. Rest in peace. And it was a tragedy, absolute tragedy. But I'm not moving on from that too quickly, but Kansas City, USA, Tammy Herald. Martial, come on, says Hallam899 Live, first time watching. Virginia, USA, Daniel Miller. London, Mark Ojo. Australia, good. Night games, we sometimes don't get many from Australia. Carmichael, Northern Ireland. Mark Ranger, Portsmouth. The Master, London. South Africa, Jamaica, Dublin. Oh, I need to go to Dublin. Somebody sort out some sort of do in Dublin. Singapore, Michael Schofield. Ryan is in South Africa. United to win 3-0, says Sufan. Players are out. Dublin, says FIFA. Somebody is in their mum. That's disgusting. The Master, I've done him. Mother Russia, says Avery Sharp. Matic's goal was very good, Alex. Nice jacket, says Steve. Thank you. Somebody said, come on, Burnley. So, Imps Delights in Winterfell, Game of Thrones. And Indonesia, Ireland, Dublin, Libya, Australia, Dublin, Birmingham. Game's about to start, I know. Hong Kong, Wales, Cyprus, Fiji, Nottingham, Hong Kong again, Huddersfield, London, Gold Coast, Australia, Ireland. They're whizzing through. I always love to see where you're all watching from. Remember to drop a like on the video. Game's not started yet, don't worry. I'm going to speak to Xander in a minute. I tweeted this out, and I just, sometimes a tweet can get a good reaction. Sometimes it can get a bad reaction. A lot of people not... some people saying it's a bit silly. Yeah. Not a lot. Xander, hello. Welcome to the show. Sorry for not getting you on sooner, because I know that you've been there for a while. But how you doing? Thoughts on the team? Give us a quick thought.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I think the team, the fact that we've got so many injuries and we can still put out a team like that is absolutely fantastic. I'm worried for Rooney because, he never does too well after coming back from injury. But, hopefully he can pull out a performance and relive his old days. I hope we do play that three at the back formation. I don't know if there's been any developments on that, but that would suggest we're going slightly more attacking, and we're not ready to sit back because Burnley, they are a different beast at home. I don't know the exact record, but away they're very poor, but at home they're absolutely fantastic. So I think it will be a very difficult game, but yeah, like I said, we've got a good enough team to do it, so I'm positive.
I will be taking some of the Snapchats during the game. United stand MUFC, all one word. I've got a funny feeling Burnley haven't won a game. Not won a game. They haven't done that well since Christmas, but correct me if I'm wrong. The game's just about to kick off, so I'm just going to get the timer right. What's your score predictions, Xander?
I'm going to have to go 3-1. I know you said it, I think, but 3-1 United. I think Burnley, I think they might catch us on the counter, and then think there's a goal in them. But I think we've got enough in our team to get 3 goals.
Xander, Marcus says you copy everything I do say anyway, so...
no.
We've kicked off anyway. The timer started, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, just below the 0-0, which hopefully will be changing in favour of Manchester United. It's we're 15 seconds in. Time has gone, Chad. Don't worry. Thank you very much. I'm just monitoring the screen, Xander. Hopefully you're not as far behind as before, just to see. Oh,
no.
Bloody hell! Fellaini's in the bloody middle of the pitch.
Yeah. I predicted it. I thought, to be honest, Mourinho's never really put him up there, and we all know that he's more destructive up there, but he's never done it, so I didn't expect him to do it this time either.
Martial's through the middle, Rooney's sort of to the left, Lingard to the right, and then you've got your midfield three of Pogba, Herrera, and Fellaini. To be fair, Pogba and Herrera have just dropped behind Fellaini now, so he is moving forward a bit, but he's part of a midfield three, so there's going to be that continuity and changing them out. I just want to see Fellaini more in the middle, but Martial is definitely up front, as Linus says, which is interesting. He wants to play up front. It's an opportunity to play up front. I suppose there's a bit of intelligence there from Mourinho, which you would expect. Ashley Young is playing right back, not left back, by the way. So Darmian's in at left back. There is a element of forward planning and intelligence from Mourinho, because we know with no Zlatan we're going to be using Rashford as our striker. So using Martial as the striker, it's sort of like they're my two favourite players, but they are it's a seamless thing. They're both quick, so at least the team can get used to using a quick striker.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that is going to be the plan, to play Martial and Rashford as striker and alternate them. However, I think Martial was far better on the left. With his back to goal, I think he lacks quality. I think he runs out of ideas very quickly. But on the left, when he can pick it up and he's got space to run into and a man to beat, I think he's absolutely fantastic. We've all, the press called him, dubbed him, the next Henry, and so maybe in the future he will, kind of form into that striker that we all hoped he would be. But I just think for the moment he's a better left winger.
I've said it a lot. I do like him as a left-sided player. Everybody knows he wants to play up front, and it's an opportunity for him today to show what he's all about. My pre-game bet was that Rooney would score at 3.0. I think Martial was more or less the same odds, and Pogba's just been caught quite late there. The last thing that
was fantastic from Pogba though. He just shoved that player off the ball and caught it, and we could have been on the break. He's been caught. But that just shows Pogba's strength and, dynamisty. It's just brilliant.
Well, the referee should book him. He's not going to book him. Andre Gray, isn't he the one with all the tweets? Oh, It's nasty. That should be a yellow card. It's bloody right on his ankle as well. Oh, God.
Oh, he almost rolls it.
Yeah.
He almost rolls it.
We are in a horrible situation with injuries as it is. We can't afford to lose any more players. I mean, it'd be absolutely catastrophic for Manchester United to lose any more big players. You can only lose so many. Rahaf, he's missing Zlatan already. And when there's a substitution, that's a good idea from Adam. When there's a substitution, I will change the teams. We've never done that before, but yeah, we'll do that.
I was going to say, in this game, I think Zlatan would have been quite effective, to be honest. We've said it before against West Brom and teams like that. He's very effective, and I think we're going to miss him today. But, I've got confidence in Martial. He's a fantastic player. So let's hope he does well.
Yeah, well, it's like Ross said in the bit before the game. There's no excuses for him. Wherever he's playing, he's got to perform today. He's playing in the position he wants to play in. I'm like you, Xander. I'm not convinced that that's the position for him at the moment. I watched Thierry Henry develop, and he used to play out on the wing and then eventually went up front. I still think Martial does his best work up front because he can run at players. I don't think he's great with his back to goal, but let's see what he can do. He's in that position. I think his pace will certainly cause Burnley a problem.
Yep. But there isn't too much space in behind.
It started off well. Burnley on the attack at the moment. Good tackle, Darmian. Rooney playing on the left. Everyone's just got to get in and give it some. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah, and I will say, about Rooney on the wings, essentially. He created that goal for Rashford against Hull on the left-hand side, and when he beat a few players and crossed it in.
Yeah.
So, he can do a job on the wing. So I'm not too disappointed with that.
There's Pogba. He's looking like he's running around all right at the moment, which is good. No, I'm happy with the lineup. Football Bear says, I don't think we'll be missing Zlatan today. I think we'll miss him for the rest of the season. You know what? I'm not going to talk about Zlatan in depth on a live show, Watchalong, but we're going to talk about Zlatan in depth at 8:30 tonight, and also this news about De Gea leaving, which is sort of breaking this morning. We'll be talking about that as well. But there will be times this season where we really miss Zlatan, because we will come up against teams who want to park the bus, and that strength and power is really important.
What I will say about
sorry.
No. What I will say about injuries. Remember at the beginning of the season, Mourinho went, I won't have anywhere near as many injuries. We've had injuries constantly throughout the season, and I know they were in-game kind of unlucky injuries, but a bit of rotation would have prevented that. So he's been proved wrong.
Fellaini getting a bit of stick there for getting beaten in the air. Look, if Fellaini can do some damage in the opposition's half, that's what Fellaini, we know about Fellaini. He's not a great footballer. He's certainly not a good passing. He's very slow. But if we can get him in the opposition's penalty box like we did against Anderlecht, then that's when he becomes a threat.
Yep. Daniel
Smith says we ain't winning today. I'll remember that, Daniel. And if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, I'll remember it. I hope you're wrong. We've got to win. We've got to win today. They are playing the long ball. Good point by you and Hacken. I'll try and read some of your comments out. I always do, and especially the good tactical ones. And I think you and you're spot on there. Burnley are a very physical side, and they're going to use the height, which, to be fair, is not a bad idea. Daley Blind's not very big, and neither is Ashley Young. So Darmian's decent in the air, Bay's decent in the air. But I think, intelligence-wise, I may want Fellaini to be playing in near the opposition's box. He's playing very close to our box. Figure it out, folks. Figure out why he's playing close to our box. It's simply because of the height again, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is a good point, and I won't blame Mourinho for that, really, because, we can all see that Blind lacks height, and that Burnley are going to play that way, so putting Fellaini in there to defend those long balls might not be the worst idea. Yeah, there he is again.
Well, Martial playing through the middle, but not a lot going on at the moment in relation to United. We've not started that well, actually.
No. It's a very scrappy game so far.
Yeah.
Rooney running now with the ball.
Here's Martial with a bit of a chance. He's Martial against Michael Keane's going to be interesting. If Michael Keane puts him in his pocket, he might get a move to United. But we've retained the ball. That's good. Pogba to Martial, who's out on the left. Go at him. Go on, Tony. Go on. Good cross.
Oh! Yeah!
No.
I thought it was going in.
Rooney from about 2 yards out. Crossed by Martial. Good bit of running by Martial here. Goes past Michael Keane. Gets the cross in. Cuts it back. Herrera passes it to Rooney. And Rooney just can't get a good connection. But it's a good bit of play.
I thought that deflection took it over the keeper. Here, look. There. But there again, Martial, Rooney played Martial in behind. He makes that run. Zlatan wouldn't be doing that. Zlatan would be coming towards us, towards the ball. And, he wouldn't have that option in behind. So it proves that Martial is a good option up front.
I mean, I'm going to be fair to Rooney. I think he tried his best there. This is Rooney.
No.
He never seems to get the right connection. Are we playing a 4-5-1? As somebody just said there. No, I think we're playing a 4 with Fellaini sort of playing as the DM. With
he's done well there, Blind.
Fellaini's basically playing as the defensive midfielder because we've got no height. Lingard's on the right, Rooney's on the left, and Martial's up front. But Rooney is trying to support him a lot, and Pogba's sort of drifting to the left a lot.
That's where he played best in Juventus, wasn't it? That left side of the three.
Referee needs to get a card out here because there's just a lot of silly tackles flying in, and we don't want to pick up injuries. I don't like referees giving yellow cards out, but in relation to Manchester United, I don't mind playing games with referees who give cards out at the moment because we can't afford injuries. So I'd rather play with an overprotective ref, and he's not been like that so far. He's not booked anyone yet, and I think there's been a couple of tasty challenges.
Yeah, but then again, we've all been saying, that tackling's going out of the game and that we don't mind seeing referees let it go a little bit. But I do agree with you. An injury is the last thing we need at the moment.
Pogba started off well. He's had a couple of tasty tackles, but he has played well. And then people just don't see this sort of thing like he just did there. It's a good 30-yard pass. Right.
That from Herrera.
Yeah.
It's a good ball.
I think Herrera will be key today. Lovely cross by Herrera.
Oh, what a cross! Oh.
I mean, we haven't really got the height in the box to cause problems today, because Fellaini's obviously playing very deep, knows that, and so you've got Rooney and Martial. It's going to be very difficult for them to get on the end of crosses because Burnley are a very good team defensively, but it was a very good cross from Herrera. Corner, I wouldn't bank on us scoring from this. Ashley Young. Fellaini, straight into the keeper's arms. There's a myth about Fellaini. He wins a lot of headers because he's tall, but he's actually not a good header of the ball. He never gets any good power on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I've just looked it up. Martial is 6 foot, so...
See, Fellaini should be doing far better than that. It's not a free header because he's done brilliantly well to get up, but when he's up and it's on his forehead, he's got to do it.
His hair gets in the way of his eyes. Rooney dropping deep.
St. Columbo says we're taking control of the game. Yeah, we've had a better we're only 12 minutes in, aren't we? But Burnley started off okay. We've started to get more into it now. Lingard just doesn't need to do that. I hate soft fouls like that. You've got him in sorts of problems and you give him an opportunity to get a free kick.
Yeah. Get their players forward, up the pitch.
RLJ Game is sort of repeating what I'd said a few minutes ago. Fellaini is key in the centre defensive role today because of his height and the lack of height with Blind and Young. Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, and to be honest, it's Burnley. Fellaini playing as a CDM against the top side, I think we'd struggle, but it's Burnley, and he's got Herrera and Pogba in there with him.
Yeah, he just won a header just a few seconds ago, which shows his effectiveness in our area.
Oh, what a return by Pogba.
That was nice! Oh.
Rooney needs to find a pass. Pogba will hit it. Bit congested. Yeah, it was a good turn by Pogba using his body, and Burnley will probably keep this in now on the break. Andre Gray. Oh, that's poor by Darmian. We've got it. They shot, and now Manchester United clear it. See, Lingard's right up with Martial now when we try to hit them on the break with the pace.
Yep.
Football Bear says Burnley have won 10 games at home this year but are still yet to win away.
They drew against us.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest... Well, it's not the biggest because we've done it so many times, but I'm sure we can all remember the Burnley home game. I mean, Heaton played well for them, but we had so many chances. We should have,
That was like the
so
start
many
of
games this year. We should have more points than we have.
Yeah.
Burnley pushing forward there. Blind just knocking it out for a corner. I think it was Herrera who gets skinned here. Yeah, Megs. Cross comes in and Blind as well.
Yeah, I have confidence in Blind. I think, he does lack height, but the height he lacks is made up for the intelligence. He gets himself into good positions to make up for the height. It is obviously a scary thing to have a short defender, but I think he's a good enough player to be in our team.
Blind probably reads the ball better than any of our defenders anyway, so that's really important. Oh,
free header.
Yeah, head that over the bar. I mean, that's where Burnley are going to be a threat. Set pieces. I agree with you, Paul Mellor. I think Blind has started off quite well.
Hasn't been a real rhythm to the game yet. It's been quite scrappy, back and forth.
AU says, go Man United from Indonesia. Got lots of people watching all around the world. You're all very welcome. Martial's drifted out to the left at the moment. It's a bit scrappy. I agree with you, Xander. It's a bit scrappy, but that suits people like Burnley. It's never going to be great entertaining football. It's
See, Martial's drifted out to the left now, so it's a very fluid front three, whatever it is.
Yeah. Actually always seems to turn down the chance to cross.
He never gets his head up, does he?
No. Another corner to United. Well, Fellaini's the only real threat we've got. Chris is saying, why is Bailly not resting? We could have rested Bailly today, but I suppose Mourinho thought, well, if I play Twansibi or Fosu Mensah, is it too much of a baptism of fire?
And I think Bailly's got the mentality and the desire to push through these tough times. He's an absolute monster. And, Mourinho said he likes that kind of mentality, that, strong-willed battle kind of mentality.
Oh. Well, we've wasted that corner. Gungshi, Blin bakes up intelligence, what he lacks in physicality.
I'd agree with that.
Apparently Lazio have played half an hour and they're 5-0 up. I wish we were. And whatever happens, we've just got to get the result today. And sets it up for an absolute barnstormer on Thursday against City. And I'd take any result. Fellaini's
you see Fellaini. But you see Fellaini again there, dropping right deep, helping out the defence for that long ball.
Facty says that Michael Keane's very tall. I'd love it if somebody could just confirm how tall he is. I know I could do it on Wikipedia, but I can't be asked. We're on the break. Lingard, but it's 4 against 4. If he uses Rooney, I thought he might have hit that like he did against Sunderland. Oh, it's over the bar from Rooney. I don't know why Lingard didn't hit that there. He was getting into the similar situation he was against Middlesbrough when he hit that shot into the top corner, and they're dropping off from him, which is surprising because they'd know that, but he doesn't seem to want to hit it. Michael Keane sort of stood up to him just before, though, to be honest. But Rooney should be doing better there. He's got a lot of space on the left, and it looks like it's going to go in, but it's over the bar. It's a crap
Michael Keane is 6'1", 6'1".
6'1" there. It's not that bad. Gaming M, Rooney almost scored. It was a miss-hit cross, mate. And Man United fan and Patrick. A lot of people saying so close, Rooney. He wasn't shooting. That was a cross with his left foot. If it goes in, I'll be happy. I would be happy.
I'll take any goal.
6'2" says Leon Perkins. So he's 6'1" or he's 6'2".
Darth Vader. 6'1" he was. So.
Well, we'll get to watch him today. See how he does.
I thought Tielemans disappointed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be signing Tielemans based on that performance for Anderlecht over the 2 legs. I mean, he looked okay, but we've played a lot of okay players this year.
Ronaldo. People say, "Oh, he was playing in a poor Anderlecht side," but Ronaldo was playing in a poor Sporting side, and he still did fantastically. So.
It's a big step up. It's a big step up from Belgian football to Premier League football, and I think they played very well in the first half, but they just didn't have the fitness levels in the second half.
Yep.
Brian, shout out to the New Yorkers watching. New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Alicia Keys.
Yeah. Can anyone name a player slower than Fellaini? Says Kev McGee.
Daley Blind.
I don't know. I think Daley Blind's probably quicker than him.
Rooney said that Daley Blind's the slowest player in the team, but that's Rooney.
I think Fellaini's going to get a booking in a minute. He's lucky he hasn't had one because he's done a couple of fouls.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Referees obviously letting things go.
Yeah, that suits Burnley very much because if we were to go and play them nice, intricate football, we'd beat them easily. But it's been rough. It's been rough. It's been roughened up, and That will suit Burnley perfectly. Cross here, though. Oh.
King getting up there. I mean, Fellaini's not won that again. You can see why he's in the team for that little bit of height, but he's got to win the headers.
Yeah.
Joe Stanley saying that Martial's too lazy up front.
That was nice though from Martial.
Gonna have to foul him, Joe Barton here. He's done well.
Nice.
The man in the middle. He's got to put this cross in.
Pogba. Martial.
Yes! Brilliant! Come
Martial,
on!
Brilliant!
That's it. That's the one. Anthony Martial, 1-0 on the break, fed it to Lingard. Him and Pogba both in the box waiting for it to come back. It comes to Martial. Martial scores. That's the one we wanted, Xander. Martial.
That is what Martial can do for you. He picks it up, near our box, beats his man, puts a ball in, gets it back, and he puts it away. That is absolutely fantastic. That is the Martial of old, and maybe, that is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
Started and finished it.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, he showed exactly. You know what? I think Mourinho will love that goal as well because he fought off Joey Barton, and then he played the pass, and then he kept going, and then he showed composure. It was Herrera on the right. I thought it was Lingard. It was Herrera on the right. Lovely finish. 1-0. Come on, Manchester United. Come on.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Wow.
Fantastic.
We've stood by Martial on this channel, I have anyway, for a long time. I love him. He can only do what he can do. And I agree with everybody that he's not stepped up to the plate a lot this season, but he made that goal as well. It wasn't just the strikers. I'd have been happy if it was just a striker tapping it in, but he actually made the goal because, he had to fight Joey Barton off. And brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Perfect start for United. And again, an early goal. An early goal is so important, and we're starting to score early goals in games now. And that means that Burnley can't park the bus. They can't play deep. They're going to have to try and find a way back into the game, which will play into our hands.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have said this many times, and it's proves to still be a difficult game. But yeah, I agree with you. But we can't get complacent. We have to play our game still and treat it as if it was 1-0 and try and get the second. I mean 0-0 even. Nice assist that from Herrera.
Yeah, he's such an important player. It's funny, we actually had a section for about 5 minutes in the build up to the game saying, Martial and Herrera could be really important today, and they already have been. Goal. But big up Martial. It was a great bit of work.
Yeah, and for that Chelsea game, me, Ross, and Marcus were all saying how Herrera might lack a bit of kind of technical ability, but in the last few games since that, he showed he's absolutely fantastic. He put that through ball in for Rashford to score the first goal against Chelsea, and that ball there was absolutely brilliant as well. So fair play to him.
It's early days, but if we can win this, I mean, it's going to be massive against City on Thursday night anyway, but if we can get a win, it just, massive. General Zod, that's the 8 million goal. Of course, we've got to play Monaco a bit of money now. That was inevitable at some point. Irish Red saying 21 minutes isn't early. It's bloody early compared to when Man United normally score. We don't normally score in the first half. That was not the point. Damien Gasson saying Martial hat-trick. I'll be happy if it stays like that, to be honest. There was a lovely pass from Herrera. He's got a great cross on him, Herrera. Change the score mark. I'm happy to change it, but it is 1-0.
Brilliant from Martial there. He's just held it up and he's ran forward and he's drawn a foul. Absolutely fantastic.
Well,
and the thing is there, he wasn't running in behind. He came to the ball, switching up his game. It's brilliant to see.
We just look a better team at the moment. We just seem to be playing with a little bit more confidence and swagger. And somebody said it in the live comments. I'm sorry, it whizzed by, but it sort of registered in my head that that goal, Zlatan can't score that goal.
No. You can't fault Zlatan for what he's done this season with 28 goals, but you'd argue with the developed Rashford or Martial, we may have more. I think we would have more with the amount of chances we've created.
Well, pace on the counter. I'll read out what I'm about to tweet. I said, look, let me type it, then I can read it. Harsh on Zlatan, but with him in the team, we can't score that sort of quick goal. Pace on the counter kills teams, and we've not been able to do that very often this season because Zlatan has played virtually every game. I think Fellaini will get booked now.
Yeah, that's got to be a yellow card. Got to be.
Well, I don't think he is.
Is that the light? Oh my! Wow.
He's had about 4 fouls. Fair play. He definitely should have had a yellow card by now, but I'm not going to complain because we always say that Fellaini's a. I say, tell you what, it's on. I think it was on Joe Barton, so that's probably why it's not a foul if you foul Joe Barton. But that was a yellow card based on the fact that he's had a few other fouls on him. But we're not going to complain as long as everything goes our way. That's good. I agree that Fellaini's not had a great start to the game, but
I think he has nullified the long ball though.
Yeah, well done, De Gea.
Oh.
I know, I was thinking a Burnley player was going to get on the head and that. But Ethan Jones is subscribed to the channel. Thanks, pal. How are we doing for subscribers? Yeah, we're doing all right. I don't think we'll get 80,000 today, but we're moving very close towards it.
Oh, sorry to cut you off there, but Pogba almost put in Martial with a fantastic ball.
There's Blind. Yeah, he is a bit slow.
Yeah. Is that...
I think everyone's playing well today, though. Apart from Fellaini, he's not had a great start, to be fair. But
as if you've got an agenda, that is.
No, you know what? In fairness, I had no problem with Fellaini starting today. I've got no problem with where he's playing today because we do need some height. I was watching the goal.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Lovely goal.
Yeah,
that pass by Herrera is so good because it's right between 2 players as well. It's like
it's fantastic. But I was anti the kind of Fellaini start today, but I think it's actually the right decision. With a short daily bleed in our defence, I think having Fellaini play in that region is a good move from Jose.
I tell you what, though, that chance from Martial, even though Herrera put it on a plate, not only is it an early goal that we don't normally score, especially at home, but that's the sort of chance we probably bloody miss as well. I mean, you think about the amount of sitters we've missed this season. So to put it through. But the pass was superb by Herrera, as United Till We Die says as well. And it's funny, isn't it? We've got Gray is causing us all sorts of problems. Blind must leave. I mean, the thing is that you've got to back the players at the moment. We've got massive injuries. And this is not our priority. So if we can grind a result out, fair play. I'm quite laid back about this team. I'm not going to say what they playing for or anything like that because it's just not. We're not in that position at the moment. We've got so many injuries. We played 120 minutes on Thursday. The fact that Rashford, Valencia, Carey can't play in today is spot on. They shouldn't play. We don't want to risk players like that. And we're using the wider squad, which I think is really important. But this is this game's not won. This game is not won. We've got a good game on our hands here.
Well, what I will say is that you might see us get problems as the game develops with tiredness in the legs due to the fact that we played 120 minutes on Thursday. Yeah. But I think if he substitutes the spine of the squad essentially, and puts Twanzebe on for Bailly, is Carrick on the bench? I'm not sure, but Fosu Mensah on for Pogba maybe, and then Rashford up for Martial or Rooney. I think that would put a lot of fresh legs in the squad, and we'll be able to hold out throughout the whole 90 minutes.
I think at the end of the day, if we could get like 2 or 3-0 up, he would love to be able to bring Fosu Mensah on and take one of Fellaini off or Pogba off, who played on Thursday, and start to think about the derby. Yeah. But I don't know whether we'll get. I'm not saying we will get into that position because you could just see Burnley getting back into it.
Yeah, what I will say is Jose has already given Twanzebe his debut. I don't know if it was in the Premier League, but he has definitely come on along with that Pereira goalkeeper. So that will be down on it as on his list for debuts, won't it?
Yes. Ewan has made a good point. He says, if we beat City, do we go for top 4 or Europa League mark? If we win today and we beat City on Thursday, we'll have played the same amount of games as them and we'll be, I think, 2 points ahead of them in the league. But the problem is City's running is so easy compared to ours. Even if we were in that position, we've got to go away to Arsenal, Spurs. So, and 2 points, it's not even there's no cushion, is there? So you've just got to keep winning and winning. So I still think the Europa League is the priority, and I think Mourinho thinks that as well. But it'd be exciting to be. We've got to do it justice. And the one thing Mourinho's always done at Manchester United, I know he's not been here a season yet, but League Cup, FA Cup, he said it himself. At Manchester United, you can't do what Liverpool do and play the kids and get yourself knocked out on purpose so you can have a week off every week and prepare yourself. And that could have been a penalty on Rooney by Joe Barton. But,
I'd agree with that.
He will do his best to put the best team he can out. This is not our best team because obviously we've had injuries and everything, but I was told the other day by an Arsenal fan. Oh, the only reason you won the League Cup is because you're the only team that took it seriously. And it's just like, oh, get a life, just because you don't actually win trophies. Just trying to it's so pathetic. I always get stick from that particular Arsenal fan. You just chat so much waffle. Well, we take things seriously because it creates a mentality within the club, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody asking how Rooney's done. I don't think Rooney's done too bad. Been a bit rusty, but look, good cross. I don't think we'll ever get Rooney back anywhere near what he used to be.
That's got to be a yellow card.
I think it's decline, but he can still contribute. He scored that equaliser against Stoke, didn't he? He can still contribute. I don't think he's a first team player for United anymore. But as a player off the bench, as a squad player, he can still be really useful.
Yep, and as a captain.
Yep. Of course, he's got the captain's armband today. I think he needs a new rug sticking on his head. Actually, it's looking a bit thin because he has it. Well, I know everybody knows he has the implants, but they obviously go bold too. I suppose if you brush it a bit, it's a bit like your carpet, isn't it?
Needs to get refurbished. I'd give Rooney about 6 out of 10 so far.
The good thing from Rooney is his control and his passing has been okay, and that's normally when Rooney's not playing well. His control and his passing let him down. So he is controlling the ball well. He's getting rid of it quite well. So he looks up for it, and that's all you can hope for. I was just about to say Rooney back. People think Rooney's going to come back as the great player he once was. I think those days are behind him, but he can still be a very good contributor to the team.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that point. And about Martial as well. They look up for it. They look like they're trying, and they've got the desire, and I respect that massively. And Jose will love that as well. Brilliant there is that Martial? That is fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah. He's played so well. I'd give him an 8 so far. He looks hungry, Martial.
I think the ref has been soft as shit. I mean, I agree that Fellaini probably should have had a yellow card as well, but he's. My concern is we can't afford any more injuries, and Real Madrid, Barcelona tonight. Didn't realise that. 7 o'clock.
Neymar's not playing in it though. I think he's suspended. But...
And of course, Man City, Man United on Thursday night. Only really, well, it'll be a big game anyway, but it'll be even bigger if we can win this game. There'll still be something on it anyway, because even if we didn't win here today and we beat them on Thursday, we might have a chance. But if we did win here today, it makes it absolutely huge.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, if we don't win here today, do you think Mourinho will kind of play a reserve squad in that, or do you think he'll still go for it?
Well, we don't play in the Europa League until a week on Thursday. We've got Swansea at home a week today. And... so I think he'll pick a strong team to play City, and he might put a weakened team out against Swansea.
I think Swansea won yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah. They're battling for their lives.
Which
It'll be a tough game, that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, they've still got something to fight for. It will be a tough game. This is where Burnley are dangerous, though. Set piece into the box. Oh!
Corner ball. Daily Blind got rid of it. No, goal kick.
That does make me nervous every time. Set piece into the box.
No, it wasn't a corner anyway. Well shouted by the ref. "10 minutes till half time." Louise is on about the pitch. Oh, a few people have mentioned that. I've heard that this week. Apparently, it's not a great pitch.
Again, suits Burnley.
But you know, they're so used to playing on bloody pristine bowling greens these days, aren't they?
Remember we played that Rostov game and it was literally like you were playing down at the local rec.
Rayuk has said that his friend said if Man United don't win here today, Josie will get the sack. I can categorically tell you that is not going to happen. See, Martial's playing with confidence.
If his friend said it must be true.
And confidence just breeds better play.
Brilliant there. Oh, unlucky. But yeah, like I said, Martial just looks hungry and he's got that desire. It's so exciting. Every time he gets on the ball, you get an excitement. You feel like he's going to beat 1 and 2 men and create an opportunity.
Dan Butterworth says Lingard needs to show more. I think, yeah, I'd agree with you, Dan. He's not playing shocking. To be honest, I didn't think he played shocking on Thursday night, but I do agree with the too many 6 out of 10 performances from Lingard. We need more. In a Manchester United shirt, an average performance is almost a bad performance. You've got to be doing better than that. Lingard needs to show more. We have done that one. This should be an easy game, says Jacoboy XD. I disagree. Every time they put the ball into the box, they look like they'll score, says Jacob. They are a threat, but we're doing okay at the moment. Well done, David. Punching it out for a throw.
Yep.
Paul Mellor says that Lingard's actually making some great runs. Scott Baker says, "Wake up, Mark." I didn't know I was asleep. Martial's killing it, amazing. And game's a bit pedestrian, says Azark. It's an interesting game.
I think Fellaini's really improved as the game's developed. I think I'd give him about 7.5, 8 at the moment. He's absolutely nullified their long balls and he's starting to win everything in the air, which is fantastic.
Well, Burnley aren't a team that's going to play through you. So I mean, if I saw Fellaini playing as a defensive midfielder, I'd put a small creative number 10 on straight away to buzz around him and exploit him. But Burnley, I don't think have that sort of option. So they're just going to hit the long ball.
Yeah.
Oh, Pogba. Done.
Nice.
In again.
Go on.
Keeper's done well. Rooney. Yes! 2-0.
Yes, Rooney. Got to be over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, 2-0 Martial again, and Rooney did well to put that away. And if you did do the bet, Rooney to score at any time, like I did, it's come back in, cash back, 2-0 Manchester United. Rooney and Martial and Pogba, get in.
Pogba, brilliant through ball there, and that's all in Martial again, making that run in behind. Let's just in it back now. Oh, he just knocks it past him, little chip over.
Bit of luck from Rooney.
Yep. Ah, fantastic. That would be brilliant. Brilliant.
Well, Pogba deserves the plaudits for that. It was real tenacious, and he put Martial away.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Well, this is big, folks. This is what I said this though when we got the first goal. If you get that first early goal, it changes the complexion of the game.
Oh.
And it did come off Martial's hand, but there's no way it can be given as a handball. And it just opens up the game, and then you can start pulling away from your opposition. Oh, it'd be nice. I tell you what, it would be nice if we could get another one, and then you would start to see the possibility of maybe seeing a Fosu Mensah come on.
It's got to be a foul there, I think, on Rooney. fantastic. I'm absolutely ecstatic. The two people that need confidence and need that goal, I got it. And that's brilliant. Fantastic.
Well, it's just about everybody within the team contributing now. You know, we had different players playing the other night, different players playing tonight, but everyone starts to contribute and it makes a difference. 2-0.
Yeah, and we've criticised Mourinho. We've criticised Mourinho's squad rotation throughout the season, but you know he's really rotated the squad, and it's great to see. They're all performing.
Yep. Well, Darmian's, Ashley Young's, Fellaini's, Wayne Rooney's, Martial's, they've become very important indeed. If you've got a squad like Liverpool or even Spurs to a certain extent, you can't do Premier League on a Sunday and Europa League 2.5 days before every bloody week. And we've been doing that for most of the season, but we can do it because we've got a large squad. But it's not been a great large squad for most of the season, but at the time that matters now, everybody's performing because they want to be part of the team.
And I think they're fighting for a place in the squad next year as well. Those Darmians, Ashley Youngs, Wayne Rooney's.
Well, I'm just. Somebody just said there, what were your 3 bets, Mark? Well, Manchester United to win, which obviously looks good at the moment. Rooney to score was my long shot. You put a tenner on and you won 30 quid at any time, so that's come in. And then my other one, which I hope doesn't come in, was both teams to score, which still could happen.
What have you made of Michael Keane's performance so far, Mark?
Not great. But
yeah,
I've got nothing against Michael Keane. It's great to see ex-United players doing quite well. But I've said it a few times. The tweets are there over the last few months. Why would we want to sign Michael Keane back? I don't think he's any better than Ryan Shawcross, and we didn't sign him back. He's a good Premier League centre-back. There's a big difference between being a good centre-back in the Premier League and being a Manchester United player. And I don't think that Michael Keane... If Mourinho signs him, though, because he sees that he can make him into a Manchester United defender, I will back it because Mourinho is the guru when it comes to, especially with defenders. But I just don't see it. I can see him going somewhere like Everton.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's that argument, that Ashley Williams argument. He's a good Premier League defender, but we didn't want him in the summer.
Big chance for Burnley there. Andre Gray, I don't know who he turned, but it's a corner. Yep. Somebody must have blocked it. I think it was Bailly. Typically, they're not going to show it back. But it's just before half-time at the moment, so the last thing we want to do is concede before half-time. If we can go in 2-0...
Bailey's an absolute beast, isn't he? An absolute monster. Oh.
And that's it. Pogba blast.
Get it rid. Nice.
That looked like a foul on Martial. Well, Martial's had an assist and a goal. Yeah, you can't do more than that, can you?
No, I think not only that, but he's made great runs in behind and he's come towards the ball as well, which is something we don't typically associate with Martial. So I think he's had a fantastic game. He's chasing down, which Mourinho will appreciate as well, like, pressing and that kind of work ethic. We say that, though, about work ethic, but you never see Zlatan going pressing and chasing and harrying a ball. So I think it's kind of, different rules for different people. But
half time's under. If you want to go in and just have a little break, so I've got Ross coming on and we'll get you back for the second half, if that's all right.
Yeah, no worries.
Burnley, I mean, they have their goalkeeper taking free kicks, virtually on the halfway line. I mean, they are the definition of long ball.
Fellaini there again, hasn't won it. Good clearance there. Well, they're putting a bit of pressure on us now.
Yep, but football, if they got a goal before half time, it would change the complexion of the second half. If we can go in with 2-0 up, it gives us the momentum in the second half.
Yeah.
You know what? Whether Martial plays again on Thursday or not, I don't care. I mean, I want him to play, but what I'm really pleased about is that it's a bit like Herrera when we had Van Gaal and he wouldn't play him. And we all used to get frustrated saying, Herrera in, he should be playing. And it's been proved under Mourinho, Herrera is a very, very good player. I felt that all season about Martial. I just think Martial should be in a Manchester United shirt. Whether he's performed in that shirt or not, I just know that he's got the potential to be a first-team player. If it's going to take him time to prove Mourinho, fine. But what I don't want to see happen is him to leave. So today is massive. The fact that he set up a goal, scored a goal, is brilliant because it just shows what he can do.
Yeah, but one thing I would argue is under Louis van Gaal, when Herrera played well, he dropped him still. So now Martial plays well. We have to start to see that kind of run of games come into play. Whether he plays against City or not, I don't really mind. But I want to see him used more often, and that's when we'll know if Mourinho trusts him or not.
I'm just ecstatic that we're 2-0 up. I hope we can see more of this in the second half, because I tell you what, if we win this game, it's massive in the derby anyway, but if we can win this game, it's going to be bloody huge on Thursday. Because I'm not saying we're going to go to City and win. I think we can go to City and win. But if we beat them, we're above them. It's going to be an absolute barnstorming build-up to that game.
Yep. Bad ball from Pogba, that.
Yeah, he could have put Martial away there.
But he's impressed so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think anyone's had a bad game. I think Blind had his work cut out with Andre Gray and his power and his pace.
Nice there.
I think Fellaini's not won enough. I think Lingard's been a bit... I think Lingard's making good runs, but I think he's been a bit 6 out of 10. But we're 2-0 up.
Yeah, but from Lingard, I wouldn't really expect much more from Lingard. He's a workhorse, he makes good runs, and that's what you get with... Oh no. And that's what you get with Lingard. So you can afford a 6 out of 10 in your team. You just can't have too many of them. Good tackle there from Fellaini.
And that's half time, 2-0. So job done. Absolutely superb. Very happy with that. I shall see you in the second half, Sander.
See you in 15.
Give us your thoughts on game. And Ross will probably ring me in a minute. But... you know what? We always speak for an hour before kick-off on the United Stand live watch-along, and we spoke about the importance of Herrera coming back, Martial being given a chance, and man of the half has to be Anthony Martial. Rooney, great to see him score, said he'd be a contributor. I hope you did put the bet on for Rooney to score at any time, because it came in the first half. A tenner would have won you 30 quid. The link is in the video description. There might be some in-plays. We're going to have a look at that in a minute, actually. But very happy. 2-0. We're building towards the derby on Thursday, and if we can win this game today, no matter what happens, the derby's always going to be a big game. It'll be a bloody huge game if we win this. But early goals, Ross, they make such a difference. We scored that early goal. I said, if we can get that second goal, because Burnley will open up a little bit more now, and they have done, and 2-0. What's your thoughts?
Thoughts from me is I think it's been the absolute perfect half, like you said. Early goal.
Martial, I was going to put for a piss, actually.
Yeah, go on, mate. Martial, for me, I don't know what the live comments have thought, but I think he's been something else today. I really do. I think he's actually taken a chance, and that's not come from obviously the goal and the assist. It's come from all the unselfish runs that he's making, and just showing a desire today. So I'm absolutely chuffed with that. Chuffed with a Rooney goal as well. Obviously, it's fantastic to get him back scoring for the team, and the overall performance. I think Pogba's been really good this half. I also think Herrera and Fellaini have played really well, to be honest. So the only negative that I could find in that half was probably Darmian's sideburns, which were absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, apart from that, I think we've played really well and been really solid. And it's good. It's good to see the two players that scored who did. I don't know what your thoughts are, everyone, about Jesse Lingard, but I actually thought he played well today. I still think he's an average type of player. I think I heard Sander saying that just before I come on, but I think he's played well. But the whole team has. It's a real team effort, and I've obviously got a bet on 2-0, so I'm hoping that it stays the same. But you know what? I couldn't really care less about my bets. I'd rather us go win 4-5-0, to be honest, because that's the sort of result that drives the team forward.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if we got a third or fourth. Get ahead of ourselves. It'd be nice to get a third before the 60th minute, and then maybe see Fosu Menza or Twan Sebi for the last 20. That'd be great. But we're talking perfect result. I'll just be happy to win this game, and at 2-0, we should be winning the game. But I can't pick fault. I think Burnley I don't watch a lot of Burnley, I've got to be honest. They are, I said it just before half time. Their keeper's coming to take free kicks in the centre circle in the first half. It's like they are a long ball team. You can see why they are effective, but it's archaic football. But Manchester United have dealt with that perfectly. I loved the Martial goal, the strength to fight off Barton, the running with the ball, knock it to Herrera, carry on, the one-on-one chance. I tweeted it out, Ross, and I love Zlatan, but a lot of United fans, and I've said it as well, I think there's been a failure by Mourinho this season to sub Zlatan off at times. It's always Zlatan, it's always 90 minutes. And Zlatan, we can't score goals like that with Zlatan in the team as the number 9. We just can't. We haven't got the mobility to get from our own half to the penalty box in a few seconds. We can't score that sort of goal. But pace kills teams on the counter. And suddenly, with Rashford and Martial now playing, and Zlatan not, I really truly believe we are more of a threat to the opposition.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And do you know what? You've said it, I've said it, and I think even Gary Neville said it in the commentary that we wouldn't have scored both of them goals if Zlatan was on the pitch. Look, we might have scored.
Say that in the commentary.
Yeah,
as well?
he did. Yeah, he said it, and also I've just seen some tweets from other sort of ex-Man U pros saying the same thing, and I agree with it. It's not no disrespect to Zlatan; he's been phenomenal for us, but I think what Gary Neville was saying, I totally agree, and I'm sure you'll agree as well. But we're seeing Manchester United playing today. We're seeing fast flair players on the ball, and it's exciting to watch. And this season we haven't played, even though it's been better than Van Gaal's style of football, it hasn't been Manchester United yet. Today's Manchester United, and it is a small glimpse into the future of what we can be, playing this talent and adding to it with some other excellent flair players. But for me, yeah, faultless half, absolutely faultless.
I've had a contribution from Dracula. I don't think it's the real one. He says, no hate on Ibra, but I think we wasted Martial a whole year on the bench because Martial had to play. We would do better with Rashford and Martial, in my opinion. The great thing about Rashford and Martial is they are the future. They are young players. But I'd agree with what you said there, Ross. This is Manchester United, and there's an arrogance when you say, I've said it for 3 years, look, Fellaini's not a Manchester United player for me. When we see the best of Fellaini, it's in areas that Manchester United at their best really shouldn't be. The long ball, utilising his chest. It's a long ball. Using him today, brilliant, because Burnley are playing the long ball and we haven't got height with Blind and Young in our back four, so we've stuck Fellaini in front of the back four. Tactically, it makes sense. But when we think of Manchester United, we want a team that is quick on the break, that can counter on the break. So if Gary Neville said it, and we've said it in the first half, that's Manchester United, that first goal to a T. Killing a team away from home on a quick counter. We can't do it with Zlatan. But I think we will have occasions. I mean, I'm a big Zlatan fan. We will have occasions in the last few weeks of the season where we will miss Zlatan. But the problem was we didn't mix it up through the season. It was always Zlatan. He never got subbed. He played every game. And that's where I think we went wrong, is that the refusal to sub him off. To change it around. We didn't do it enough. And now we're going to be in that position where we haven't got that option of Zlatan, which might have been quite useful in games where teams park the bus. We're going to have to do it this way. But this is the more United way.
Yeah, and how exciting is the team lineup going to be against Manchester City on Thursday, even just on that first half performance from Martial, because obviously Rashford's going to be back in, and I assume Rashford will come straight back into the team. It'd be interesting to see if the Mkhitaryan's and if Martial keep his place. I think Mkhitaryan will come back in, but it's just given, that first half performance for me was Martial's best of the season. I also think Pogba was really good that half as well, but Martial particularly, I thought it was fantastic. And if we get that Martial back, I'm sure Mourinho will say the same. He'll have more trust in Martial based on not just how he played, but the effort he put in as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Martial, because I think he has not Martial, Pogba. It was his muscle and through ball that put Martial away for the second goal. And obviously Rooney scored. I did say Rooney to score at any time, and that did come in. I don't know whether you put your money on that, Ross, but it was a bit fortunate. But fortune favours the brave. It was made by Pogba and Martial, but Rooney's not had a bad half. He's got a goal. It all builds confidence. What you want when your squad players come in is that they have a good performance, because then it just, like you says, it just you've got a bigger pool of players who are on their game.
Yeah, Yeah, and what you said's right about goal second half. If we can get a goal early, I think it's a fantastic opportunity to just look at Thursday and like we kind of said before the game, bring on Twanzebe and Rat Bay and Cotton Rule, to be honest, and probably a few others of them and see Fosu Mensah. I'd absolutely love to see them second half. And I think Mourinho will probably want a 3-goal lead before he gives them any substantial game time. But I think we will see probably Fosu Mensah at some point. But yeah, faultless half. And you know what? He's an average player, but I'd like the effort that Lingard puts into the team. And I think some of his runs today have been fantastic and have maybe opened up the space for Martial when it has. So it was a very team-based performance, it's what I'm seeing from Manchester United, regardless of the starting 11. It seems like they're playing as a team, regardless of who they play with, and I think that's a fantastic trait to have in a team.
Yeah, I don't want to talk negatives. I think the referee could have got his card out a couple of times. I'm slightly concerned. I mean, Fellaini should have had a yellow card. I'll agree with that, but I'm just concerned because we can't afford any more injuries, and Pogba took a bad tackle in the first 2 minutes. I'd like to see the referee get his card out a bit, to be honest, just to protect our players, because Burnley are a physical team. And a few people on about Lingard saying that he's not doing enough. I sort of see where they're coming from. I think he's making good runs, but I think the problem with Lingard is he's not playing badly. I just think he has too many average performances, and we probably could do with a little bit more.
We could do. I mean, we could do with a better player, to be honest. I mean, but we've got him, and he puts in a shift for us, which I credit, to be honest. And we just, like you say, we're going to have to use the whole squad come the end of the season. And Lingard already for us this season has been quite an important player because he stepped up in the cup final and he stepped up in other games. Look, today might not be his greatest performance, but I'm still seeing the runs and I'm still seeing the effort. I just don't think he has the overall talent, and he never will. But as long as you show some degree of effort and some improvement to the team, I think he'll always be a very handy squad player for us.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Okay, second paragraph in the video description is our sign-up offer with Bet365, where you can go in the draw to win a signed, framed Sir Bobby Charlton shirt, an absolute collector's item. So it's in the second paragraph video description. Click that link. It takes you to this page. Get yourself signed up, and then what you need to do is go to English soccer, and I've already got, Manchester United are going to win, so that was one result that's going to come in. I said Rooney to score at any time. That's come in. I'm just seeing if there's an in-play bet at half-time that might be worth having a look at. Let's have a look what they've got. Over 3.5 goals, 2.37. Fancy that, Ross? We've got 2 already, so we'd need another 2 goals.
Yeah, do you know what I do fancy? And I'm going to say it because I've actually got a bet on it as well. It's Martial to score again. I actually, for some reason, just back a minute before kickoff, I put a couple of quid on Martial to get 2 goals today and got great odds for it. So if there is a next goal scorer who's going to throw out my 2-0 bet that I've got on, if it's Martial, I still win. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'd go for, to be honest.
Okay, I've just had a quick scan through of the in-plays. I would, if you fancy a bet, like I say, video description, second paragraph, you'll go in the draw for Sir Bobby Charlton if you sign up. Get on it quickly. I would fancy this. 3rd goal scored by Manchester United. So the next goal to be scored by Manchester United is 2.0. So a tenner, you double your money, you get 20 quid back. Or over 3.5 goals, which is 2.37, which is slightly better. You put a tenner down, you get £23.70 back. They'd be my 2 in plays at half time. I think there'll definitely be another goal. I think United will score the 3rd, and I think they'll be over 3.5 goals. So there's your 2 tips. Sign up in the video description. United to score next, 3rd goal, double your money, or match goals over 3.5, 2.37, which is more than double your money. Link in the video description, and you go in the draw to win the Sir Bobby Charlton signed shirt. We'll keep an eye on those. I'm back. It was freezing a little bit there. We don't want it freezed on that page. Okay, so we are approaching the second half. Massive. Are you say you're going to the derby, or are you going to the Swansea game, Ross?
No, I'm going to the Swansea game, but I think regardless, even if we sort of get a draw at the derby, it makes that game really important. So I'm pleased that I'm going to get that. If obviously that there's a second half to play, so we've got to We've just got to see the second half out. And you know what? Even if it stays 2-0 and we play poor second half, it's the result that matters.
I just think if we can win this game, and there's no reason we shouldn't win this game at 2-0, the game on Thursday becomes massive. I mean, a Manchester derby's massive anyway. Pep v Jose, massive anyway. But the fact that if we won that game, we'd be above them in the league with the same games played. I just think it's going to be game of this. Well, the thing is, the way things are going in United at the moment, every game is game of the season as it rolls on. But Thursday will be massive. We've just got to get it done in the second half. You think we will, Ross?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I think Martial will score again. Fingers crossed.
Okay, you can follow Ross on Twitter at Hazza90. He'll also be joining me tonight at 8:30, where we're going to be talking De Gea leaving Manchester United because he's put his house up for sale, and Zlatan in more depth. A few controversies about that, but that's tonight. This is now. See you later at 8:30, Ross.
Cheers, Mark. See you later, mate.
Cheers, pal. And we've had a contribution on the live chats from Quiz on My Face. Thanks for the contribution, pal. He says, do you think we should replace Zlatan with Rashford and Martial rather than buy a new striker? We can get Rodriguez and Griezmann to play in behind them. Interesting thought. I think it's going to be a very interesting summer. We're linked with Bellotti now. I like Icardi. There's talk that Real Madrid or Barcelona won't sign Aubameyang, so he could be available. I think whatever happens next year, if Rooney's going to go, and will Rooney go, Zlatan's finished, we need three. We need three strikers. Rashford obviously will be one of those. If Martial was the other, then we'd still got to sign somebody. The players are out for the second half. I'm sure Xander will be joining me any minute. But Rooney, there he is. Rooney score at any time. He did it. That's one in. Man United will win it. That'll be two in. And if you've gone on the in-play at half-time, Manchester United to score the third goal, double your money. Or over 3.5 goals, more than double your money. Link in the video description. But a good day for the bets after bloody Thursday, which was a disaster. But a substitution for Burnley. Don't know his name. It's something foreign. Tarkovsky. Didn't he write War and Peace? Here comes Xander.
Hello.
Alright, how you doing?
Not too bad. I think they're bringing sub on Burnley.
Yeah, Ben Mee going off and Tarkovsky, I was right, coming on.
Do you know much about him? Or
I don't know anything about Burnley, to be honest.
No.
I forgot to ask Ross about Michael Keane, actually, because he likes Michael Keane. But, I mean, live comments, give us your thoughts on Michael Keane, and we'll read some of them out in a minute. Just waiting for kick-off, and we'll start the timer. Let's just see this out now.
Yeah. It's these type of
There we go.
games. It's these type of games, the second half away at Burnley, where you've just got to grind out the result and just push through it.
Timer's on, don't worry about that. Nobody said anything about Michael Keane yet.
Based on today's performance, I wouldn't have him.
Jazz D'Souza says, Mark, dab for 80,000 subscribers. What are we on? Well, if we hit 80,000 subscribers while we're live on this watch-along, I'm more than happy to dab for you. But let's see if that happens. Michael Keane, not bad. I'd take him, says Jay Harrod. See, that's the problem. And Ewan, I agree with you. He's no better than Shawcross. And would we have signed him back? I mean, I think that's the trouble with Michael Keane. Not bad. But Manchester United, I think we need better than not bad. I look at Lingard and I think he's a not bad player. I think we need very good. I think there's too many not bad players in our squad, which is why we're battling for fourth place. I think we need a few more very good players so that we become a team that battles for top.
Yeah, you know, Lingard, Rooney at the moment, Young, Darmian, they're all not bad, all right, average players, but they're not, you know, set the world alight players. And I think Michael Keane fits into that category.
Yeah, it's a good point. And you know what? It's not negative because you judge a team on the season, and if we finish fourth or fifth or third or sixth, I don't think we will finish sixth. then you finish over a season where you deserve to finish. I think the fact that everybody's playing well now is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's a very important time to play well. But ultimately, we're not going to finish second or third. We might finish third. We're not going to finish first or second this season. So over the season, we've finished where we've deserved. And I would pick up on what Xander said there and say, yeah, you know what? People like Rooney, even Martial, to be honest, over the season, they've not really delivered enough. They are now in the final weeks, and that's great. But we need players who are going to deliver week in, week out. And I don't think Rooney can do that anymore. I don't think Lingard's capable of doing it. And I think we need better. We need a few. I would rather assign 2 or 3 top class players than sign 6 not bad players, because I think the squad massively needs an injection of real top clinical players. And by clinical, I don't just mean the way you finish. You know, you can be a clinical centre back who just wins everything in the air, like Vidic was. And I think we need a few players like that.
And the thing is, it's not only improving the quality, but it's improving the consistency. And that, you know, may be the reason why we don't sign someone like Mbappe, due to the fact he is young and is likely to be very inconsistent. So I think we will import a few experienced, consistent players.
Callum Smith says Herrera's playing really good. What do you expect? He's been fantastic since Christmas. Patrick Ennis says we will beat City and Arsenal and finish third. Easy street now with Zlatan not playing. Interesting. I still think it will be very tough to get top 4, but I just think the great thing is if we can win today, that game on Thursday against City, it becomes it's a cup final anyway. It becomes huge, because if we win it, then we're above them in the league. And they have got a very easy run in, even if we beat them on Thursday, but momentum would be with us.
Yeah, but you know, it's been proved this season that we do struggle against the smaller teams. So, and we are Man United, so I'm confident going into every big game that we play. Other than Chelsea, where I predicted we'd lose 3-1, but that's only because of the lineup, and you know we were all shocked with it.
I don't think this ref's very good, to be honest.
No.
So look at some of your Snapchats. I did say I'd have a look at those. United Stand MUFC is the Snapchat, and you get involved in the game. I think we were just absolutely embroiled in the first half, but see if anybody sent anything recent. Every day the same. Oh, Abby Shaq has sent one from 8 minutes ago.
But for that goal, we have to give it to him. He was sharp. He was, aware when the ball was going to drop, and he was off his mark. So,
don't know what he's on about. Rick Grimes.
Anthony Martial will score a hat trick today. Mark my words. Carl.
That was Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Every day the same.
And having a storm. What a save. You're inside the box and somebody comes into the back of you, knocks you over without touching the ball. How is that not a penalty?
Oh, well, no, we never spoke about that at half time, to be fair. Every day the same, saying that it was a penalty on Rooney. I sort of felt it was as well. Chendo.
Well in, Rooney, lad. But, look at Rooney. It's a bit light on top, isn't it? Need more of that fucking arse there on his head. Shrek-looking bastard.
Somebody else saying there that Rooney's getting a bit thin on top. He's got the money to have it rethatched. I thought it. To be honest, I don't even think it was soft. I thought I'd agree with every day the same. I thought Rooney's in control of the ball. It's a tackle from behind. There's nothing touched. There's no contact with the ball. It's in the penalty box. It is a penalty. And this referee has given a lot of free kicks for those sort of challenges, but because it's in the box, they don't want to give it.
Yeah, if it was 0-0, we'd be screaming and absolutely outraged. But we're 2-0 up, so we don't mind some of those decisions going against us.
Talking about people screaming, Mourinho on the touchline screaming to move the team forward, and then Rooney turning round and screaming to pull the team forward. It's nice to see that. Nice to see a bit of leadership on the pitch, because that's one thing I don't think people realise with Zlatan. If you've been listening to a lot of interviews and the players over the season, it's very clear that Zlatan is a huge influence in the club, and obviously that's gone. So if that's gone, people like Rooney become very, very important.
Yep. Agree with that.
Next goal's key.
I think half-time came at the perfect time for us. You know, they were just starting to get some momentum, put some balls into the box, and that the half-time has kind of stopped it, and hopefully we can now go on and progress.
Somebody just said there in the live comments, Rooney should start. I mean, I personally disagree with that. I think it's great that we've got a player that can, you know, become part of the squad in these last few weeks and make a contribution. But, I mean, quite where does Rooney start in this team? In our first team, considering it's going to be Rashford up front, it's got to be Mkhitaryan on the right. I mean, I suppose you could play him out on the left.
You wouldn't play him over Martial, though, would you?
Well, Martial's playing up front, isn't he? So...
Yeah, but I think if Rashford goes up front, that looked like a bad tackle. But if Rashford goes up front, and then you can have Martial on the left.
Oh, bloody hell, that would have been a worldie. Good save, 30 yards out, Heaton low.
Yeah.
He can't pick that up. No, he hasn't. That's a good play, though, between Martial and Rooney and Pogba. A bit like the first goal, you know, they contributed.
He hit that well, didn't he, Pogba?
Pogba's got an amazing shot on him. It just...
It's dark.
I mean, some of the goals he scored for Juventus were just unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
He just hasn't really caught one for United yet.
Well, we saw, you know, I think it was Watford at home when we lost. He smacked it from right outside the box, from about 40 yards out, and it was dipping, went over the keeper, and just hit the bar. But that's been the story of our season.
Well, there'll definitely be goals in this half, though. I can't see it staying 2-0.
No. But Burnley haven't really offered much.
Roy Martin saying we need Rooney till the end of the season. We need everybody who's played in the last 2 games till the end of the season. Everybody's got to contribute because, you know, you name any club in England, if they lost 3 of their centre-backs, like Jones, Smalling and Rojo, Mata, one of our best players of the season, and our top goal scorer, they'd be finished. Rest in peace. Rest in peace their season. We've lost those 5 players, and we are still going for top 4, and we are still going for the Europa League, and we can still do it. But that's why, when you lose 5 players, I mean, I'm not saying Jones and Smalling are big losses. What I'm saying is they are 2 of our first choice 4 centre-backs. Rojo obviously is a big loss, as is Mata, as is Latan. You lose those sort of players in any squad in the league, and it's probably curtains, but we can still do it because we have got a decent squad.
Yep.
Martial, corner.
Did Moyes sign Luke Shaw? Or was it Van Gaal?
No.
It was Van Gaal.
Van Gaal, yeah.
All right, because I was going to say, otherwise, Moyes' signings haven't been too bad. You know, Fellaini, I know we're not a big fan of him, but you know he's played consistently throughout the season. Mata, done very well this season, and I thought Shaw, but
Herrera and Luke Shaw were deals that were sort of agreed before. Fellaini, I thought you should be on that. It's a shame. Yeah, the Luke Shaw and the Herrera deals were sort of done early doors of the summer. I think Van Gaal hadn't even been appointed then. But he obviously sanctioned them, I think.
Yeah. Burnley pushing a bit of pressure onto us in our box.
Moiji makes a good point. Liverpool lost 3 starters, Henderson, Lallana and Mane, and they're still in 3rd place. Well, they've only lost them for the last 3 or 4 games, of which Lallana and Henderson will be back. They've had no European football. They've had, at times, 2 or 3 weeks off between games because they got themselves knocked out of the FA Cup and the League Cup with kids. They've played less than 35 games this season. We've played 55, I think. And to be honest, if we'd have finished half the chances we've got, then Liverpool would be battling for 4th with Man City. So I disagree about that. I think Liverpool should be comfortably in the top 2, to be honest. based on the players they've got and the easy run of games they've had and the amount of rest they've had.
Yeah, I think the key thing is the no European football and having 1 or 2 weeks off between the games, and that's where we've really struggled this season and picked up injuries.
If Chelsea had been in Europe this season, Spurs would have won the league. It's that simple. Chelsea have benefited hugely from not having any European football, and as of Liverpool, and the fact that Liverpool are still not certain of Champions League football just shows you that they've had it on a plate and they've still not really taken it. And they're very fortunate. I think both City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are very fortunate that we had a spate of games that we really should have won, and it's into double figures when you count it. Stoke, Burnley, West Ham, Arsenal, Everton, Hull, West Brom, all games that we weren't not even borderline should have won them based on the amount of chances we missed. I mean, that's like 12 points easy, isn't it? And even if you just gave us another 6, we'd be comfortably ahead of them lot.
Yeah.
But it is, I'm not, yes, we should have those points. We live in the real world. We don't have those points.
Yeah, it's all good saying ifs and buts, but the reality is we don't have those points. And corner United, isn't it?
Martial and Rooney.
Yeah, they've linked up very well today. Those two and Pogba. Is he giving it a goal kick?
Yeah, I think it looked more like a foul by Rooney on Keane, to be honest, but it was no way off Rooney.
It's interesting though. We're not dominating possession as much. I don't know whether that's Mourinho's kind of orders to sit back and counter attack, or whether that's Burnley just trying to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. But I think man of the match so far has been Martial, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you can't take away from the fact that he's had an assist and a goal, and as a front player, that's what's important.
Yep.
I would like to see Rashford and Martial in the same sort of team, sort of interchanging on the left and the right and the centre forward. I think it'd be really exciting to see.
Is there not a fear maybe that they make the same runs though?
Well, you might have to have either or. I mean, if one's not playing well, you bring another one off the bench. But and I think that's the way Mourinho will go, to be honest, because if you play them both, what's your option off the bench to change it?
Yeah, because I think you can have one up top and one on the left, but I don't think you can play them both up top just due to the fact that they both like to go in behind, and you don't have that kind of dropping off option. Cross into the box though.
Just above Pogba, that was. We've played really well on the break, not on the break, and our build-up playing the final third. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think Crystal Palace can get a result today. To be honest,
I think Liverpool, how they got, well, they deserved it, but Stoke and West Brom away, you'd never expect them to get 6 points, and I think that 6 points for them is just massive. We needed them to, at least drop points in one of them.
Yeah, I just
they've
think
got the momentum now.
Hopefully I just think Crystal Palace. Yeah, hopefully. He has been very dangerous recently, but I just think they beat Chelsea, they beat Arsenal. They're a good run of form. I know they're safe and they don't necessarily have to fight for anything, but I think Sam Allardyce will want to beat Liverpool and continue that great run. So I'm confident.
I don't think Palace are totally safe. Let me just have a quick look.
No, they're not totally safe, but they look like they're staying in it.
4 points ahead of Swansea, and they've got 2 games in hand. So yeah, and with Sam Allardyce, they basically kept themselves up with that appointment anyway.
That's a fantastic appointment.
I think Palace beat Chelsea at Chelsea though.
I
think they did a couple of weeks ago.
No, I don't think they did. Let me just check.
I think they did. I think they went and won at Palace. At Chelsea.
Yeah, they were at Chelsea, you're right. Lingard driving with the ball. We've got men forward. Oh, he slipped over Rooney. It's unlucky. We had men forward.
Oh, what a time to slip.
Yeah.
The slippy G.
For anyone that's interested in the FA Cup, Arsenal versus Man City, the 33 minutes played and it's still 0-0.
Oh, is that kicked off already? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah, that kicked off at 3. That kicked off at 3, I think.
For some reason, I thought it was an R5 game. That's a shame.
Yep. But so far in the second half, we look quite comfortable. I don't think we've been as dominant, but I think Burnley haven't really offered much. Cross into the box from Burnley. Headed out by Fellaini. And back to De Gea. Comfortable. I'd agree with Ross though. Darmian's sideburns are awful. I think his razor run out of battery.
He's Italian, isn't he? They do things different over there.
Oh, Gray's kept it in.
Well done, babe.
Oh, oof, well done. That was poor from Blind. Oh, brilliant from Pogba, just running the show. That's a foul on Rooney.
20 minutes to the second half. It's moving. It's moving. Next goal probably still key. I think if we give them a goal, it'd make it interesting. But
first yellow card.
It's about bloody time to get the yellow card, to be honest.
Got to put a bit of sun cream on that head.
Callum Smith makes a good point. If you asked a random football fan which of our midfielders do you think cost us 89 million, they would say Herrera this season. What do you think? I think they'd say Fellaini. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, Herrera's been our best midfielder of the season, but Pogba has played well today. I just think the price tag is not his responsibility. That was just what it was going to cost to outdo Real Madrid and pull him away from Juventus. He's probably a 50 or 60 million pound player in reality, but we overpaid, and we didn't have Champions League football, so that's fine. But I also think the fact that bitter rivals just throw ridiculous stats about how many goals he scores and everything like that, that's not his job to do that. He's a midfielder. He didn't even get the assist for Rooney's goal, or obviously not Martial's either, but he made the Rooney goal because he fought the Burnley player off. He played the pass to put Martial in, and it goes down as a Martial assist because it was good work by Martial. But if it wasn't for Pogba, that wouldn't have happened. I think Pogba's been virgin on man of the match, to be honest. I think he's been fantastic today.
Yeah, and I don't like to use stats, but I think I saw a stat that he has created the most chances of any midfield player in the Premier League, and I think that is quite telling, to be honest. He's not, doesn't always get the assist because they don't always put the chances away, and he's been very unlucky with the all the crossbars and posts, but I think he's been about 6 or 7 out of 10 this season. We expected more, but he's shown glimpses of brilliance, and Rashford's coming on now. Don't know who for. Who do you reckon, Mark? Rashford for?
For me, it should be Lingard.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Stick Rooney over on the right, put Rashford on the left, and keep Marcel up top? Or...
Yeah. I mean, I don't really understand. Does he need to bring Rashford on? Does he need to risk Rashford for 25 minutes in a game that, I would trust these players on the pitch? The worst nightmare would be if Rashford then went and pulled a hamstring in the last 20 minutes, you'd be like, why did we bring him on in a game that we had won? But I don't know what this,
I think because Burnley are starting to gain slightly more possession and they're pushing their line slightly higher up.
Yeah,
bringing Rashford on would scare them and make them drop back slightly more, which will play into our hands. But I could be wrong.
Tyrone Williams, Rashford, the most exciting British talent since Ryan Giggs. That's some accolade, but I wouldn't disagree with you. I've consistently said that he's a fantastic player, and he's still got so much to learn. One ahead of that is by Bay, because if he doesn't make it, there's a Burnley player with a tap in behind him. And United now on the break. Pogba won't get that. There are opportunities on the break. We've just got to...
That's what Rashford should be on.
Bay's been... I tell you what, Bay's been... there's been some cracking performances today from Manchester United. At the moment, though, I don't know what everyone else and Xander thinks, but my top 4 for man of the match would be Bay, Pogba, Rooney and Martial.
Yeah, obviously not in that order, but I think...
No,
yeah, Martial
from them 4.
Yeah. I think Martial I'd agree with. Bailly I'd agree with. Who else did you say?
I said Bailly, Rooney, Martial, Pogba.
I wouldn't say Rooney. I'd probably go Bailly, Martial, Pogba, and then...
I mean, Herrera's played well.
Probably, yeah, I'd go Herrera for that assist. I wouldn't put Rooney in there. He's done all right, but that's a bad tackle as well, isn't it? But yeah, I'd go Herrera instead of Rooney.
So
it's gone for Lingard.
Lingard, yeah. I mean, yeah, we started the half with it, didn't we? And a few people said it in the first half. I mean, it's not a bad performance from Lingard, but it's the same as Anderlecht again, isn't it? He's going off after around an hour with a not bad performance, and I think he needs to do better than not bad.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Apparently David Silva's injured for Man City. I don't know whether that's true. You just get the feeling things are starting to fall into our place. I said last January I would kiss the arse of every Manchester United player if we got top 4 with Van Gaal, and I was right. I said a few weeks ago I don't think we're going to get top 4 as much as I would love to get it. I hope I'm proved wrong. I wanted to be proved wrong last time.
Well, I wouldn't, because I didn't think we'd get it. But I think if we were proved wrong, Mark, I think we'd still be with Louis van Gaal. So quite happy we didn't get it. But yeah, City are playing Bravo, which is always brilliant.
Yeah, City have lost David Silva to injury.
Great tackle from Herrera.
Won't necessarily rule him out of the derby anyway.
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just thinking in terms of them dropping points today. But if they're not even playing in the Premier League. Still 0-0 over there.
"20 minutes to go, folks. 20 minutes to go." Oh, Ali Ali's back. We need more goals to improve goal difference. Cheers, United stand. Ali. People thought you'd defected to Arsenal Fan TV or something like that, but he's back with a bang, as Chad Sproul says. Is Herrera going to get a yellow card for that?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I thought it was a good tackle.
Yeah, I did.
Burnley are making so many fouls today.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Sometimes you get a referee who is overzealous with yellow cards, and then sometimes you get a referee like this one who's, I think he's given one in a game that I think, even Fellaini should have had one in the first half.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't actually mind. I know we don't want to get injuries, but I think football has gone slightly soft, and that's due to the referees, in my opinion. If you book someone straight away for making a bad tackle, they're not likely to do it again in the next game. So I know it isn't brilliant, because it could provoke injuries, but I don't mind it. I like to see tackles.
I mean, it's the oddity of this season, isn't it? That barring a miracle, we are comfortably 2-0 up against Burnley and well worth it. And we played them at Old Trafford and we drew 1-1. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's Manchester United's season. So that you don't want to see that sort of tackle on Rashford.
No,
Right through
that
him.
scares me.
He's up.
Oh, brilliant for Fellaini. Look at that. Go on, mate.
Oh, lovely. He's passed it
Oh,
on.
he's fantastic, isn't he?
Into the box. He'll get pushed off. But yeah, that's our season summed up. We go away to Burnley, and Burnley don't really get beaten at home, and we're comfortably beating them. And then at Old Trafford, we pepper them, can't put the ball in the back of the net, and we drop 2 points. And that's our season, isn't it? And we need to sort that out next year.
I think it will be sorted out. I think we'll bring a striker in with slightly higher conversion rate than Zlatan, because I think Zlatan's operating at like 11% or so. So I think we'll get someone at around like 15, 16, 17%, which is what, Lukaku, Kane will operate at. So I think, that will happen, and we'll start to see us, putting those chances away.
I don't think... there's a chance here. A good tackle. Bailly again.
But he's so good, isn't he?
Absolute. I tell you what, I'm sort of revising my man of the match, because I think...
Do it in 2 halves. Do it first half, man of the match Martial. Second half, man of the match Bailly. That's what I'd say. He's just colossal, isn't he, Bailly?
Well, a lot of us were like, oh, why is Bailly playing? We don't want him to get injured after playing on Thursday. But actually, based on his performance today, I mean, how many times would Burnley have got in if we hadn't played Bailly? He's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And we forget he is so young as well. I think he's a couple days older than Stones. And Stones can't defend. I know he can pass the ball about, but that's about it. 50 million. You never hear like rival fans talking about City spending 50 million on Stones, do you?
No.
City spent more than us in the summer. More.
Oh, that's a free kick on the edge here. He might get booked.
Yellow card, yeah, I think. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no, offside.
Oh, offside.
I say everything's going Bailly's way at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, I think that would have been a yellow card if it was a foul. Good decision from the liner, though. Because he was offside. Burnley bringing a substitute on. I don't know his name.
Well, I didn't think it was going to end 2-0, but to be honest with you, I'm not too fussed if it does, because it'll be a win for United, and by any means we said that's what we wanted from the game.
Yeah, and I don't even think, I don't think we've scrapped our way through it. I think we've played nice, attacking, fast-paced football, which is, brilliant to see.
Mad Marcus isn't on today because I've sacked him for Xander. He's getting on my tits. No, apparently he's I don't know. I think he said he's been throwing up or something. I don't know. I think it's a battle now for who gets the derby, though. Should we have both of them on, or just we'll see what happens over the week. But let's get this game won first of all. The derby will be massive. I can't wait for that anyway. But it's always a better derby when there's something riding on it, and there will be on Thursday. I mean, we beat them there last year with Van Hal.
Yeah, was that Rashford that scored?
Oh, it was Rashford who ended Dembele's career with a bit of brilliance. But we can beat Man City, of course we can.
Yeah, he sent him straight to the old people's home, didn't he, Rashford?
Remember, that's another few points we dropped as well. I never include that because I think City in the first half were very good against us, but the referee should have given a penalty in that game. What a ball! Yeah. Nearly a brilliant goal. I think Pogba should have shot, to be honest. But yeah, that was a blatant. It was 2-1, blatant penalty on Rooney. 71 sprints today from Anthony Martial, more than any other player. I mean, that's a lot of what you don't see. It's one of the things I always say about Michael Carrick, that you probably only really get to appreciate if you're actually at the game. And Herrera's the same. What's going off the ball what they're shepherding off the ball that the camera can't show you, their positional sense, they're moving the players around. You can't get that on a TV camera. We won't get it with Martial today either. The runs he makes, and somebody made it, in fairness, about Lingard in the first half. Yeah, an average performance from Lingard, but making a lot of good runs. And Martial today has run and run and run, and that creates space for everybody else. Like he's going to get. He should catch this. No, he won't. Michael Keane's
No.
kept him off it.
Did you go to that Chelsea game, Mark?
Did I watch it?
No, did you go to it? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I haven't really mentioned it, but yeah. I did. Mkhitaryan's coming on. Yeah, Ross is going to go. Ross is there next week for Swansea, so we should get a bit more footage.
that one for Rooney, Mkhitaryan.
He normally does change his wide players. I mean, Rooney's been great today. He's been very frustrated, and I think that's something Rooney hasn't had in his. I don't think Rooney's got frustrated enough over the last 3 years. That anger,
Yeah, I like
that
that,
aggression,
yeah.
and it's good to have it back.
I think that was taken away slightly with the captaincy, and that's why I don't want to see Pogba get the captaincy next year or in years to come, because he's a flair player, and as soon as you put some kind of responsibility on a flair player, I think it takes it away, and they have to start concentrating on other people's games rather than their own.
I think Rooney might have been booked really for
A reaction,
but
yeah.
Ali's made another contribution. He says, almost to 80,000 subscribers. We will get top 4, Mark. Liverpool or Man City will drop points. It's in our hands. I like the confidence. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. That's Michael Keane there. I mean, Michael Keane's had a better second half, to be fair. I want to be wrong about top 4. I just think because of the amount of points we've dropped against the teams we should have beat, top 4 is going to be very, very hard, because City away on Thursday, Arsenal away, Spurs away, Southampton away. We've basically got to take 12 points from that. That's championship form. We could do it.
Martial coming off.
Martial for Mkhitaryan. Very, very good performance from him.
What would you rate him out of 10, Mark?
Oh, I'm not going to go mad and give him a 10 out of 10 or anything like that. I think an 8 out of 10, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of pats on the back. Everyone's applauding him.
Well,
Brilliant to
it's
see
really
that.
important to build that team mentality with the players on the bench and everything like that as well. And I think that's something that Mourinho is finally sort of getting that message through to the likes of Luke Shaw and Martial, Mkhitaryan at the start of the season. This is what I'm building here. Everybody all together.
I think I just saw Fosu Mensah and Shaw warming up. I don't know what that really means, because, like you said, they're constantly warming up. But
8.5 says Darth Vader. Yeah, I don't normally do halves, but yeah, I think 8.5 is probably about fair. Louis Robinson wants to give him a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to mention my man of the match anymore, because I'll obviously do that on my match reaction show.
Yep.
But Sander can certainly talk
Pogba's
about
been.
his.
Yeah, like I said,
I'm going to surprise people with my man of the match, I think, unless something drastically changes in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's hard to give it over the whole game, because Martial was absolutely fantastic in the first half, and Bay's been brilliant in the second half. But I think overall, just purely because, I don't know, I can't do a joint one, can I?
Well, you can.
I don't. Yeah, okay, right, I can. I'll go Bay and Martial, just because they've, for both halves, they've both been brilliant.
Send us your Snapchats in with your man of the match. We'll do that in the last 10 minutes. I know that it's ongoing, but United Stand MUFC, all one word, is how you can follow us on Snapchat and send us your man of the match on there. And anything else you want to add. Joe Stanley, can we donate to the Super Chat from from America? I think you can. It's the $ at the bottom, so I would have thought so, but I don't know. It's at the bottom of the live comments. If the $sign's not there, it means you can't do it.
I don't think it appears on phones. I think you can only do it on laptops.
Yeah, that's true. If you're on your phone, that'd be another thing. I think it's only on laptops, like Xander says. But I would guarantee you can if you're in America, because YouTube's American, isn't it? So.
Yes. Yeah. How does this correlate to your? I always ask this. How does this correlate to your preview, your tactics preview?
I lost 3-2. Good shot from Rashford. Would have took a hell of a finish, but it's a corner. How's he not given a corner?
Oh, what?
Keeper saved
That's
it.
a joke.
Clear as day, the keeper saved that. I mean, how can a linesman, when he's meant to be watching the ball?
That is.
Still, 7 minutes left. If Burnley were to get a goal, it could set up for a barnstorming finish.
Yep.
Mad Marcus says that Daley Blin's a shout for man of the match. I'm tempted to say he's a thinking person's man of the match, but that would not correlate with Mad Marcus. So
I think Mad Marcus just says controversial things for the sake of it at times.
He loves Fellaini now, so he's now going to start on somebody else. we were playing collab FIFA the other night on my channel, Mark Goldbridge. We do it every now and again. And we were united. And every time Smalling got the ball and he was controlling, he purposely did something bad because he just hates Smalling. See, when I play, even if I'm Fellaini, I will try.
Oh, God.
I think Fellaini's done okay. He's been, I mean, I wouldn't give him any more than a 7. But he's done that job that needed to be done, protecting the back four with his height.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's fantastic from Mourinho. I know he always plays him in that kind of position, but he's realised that Burnley are just going to play a long ball and that we've got a short defender, and therefore Fellaini's been very effective today.
Well, I'm just very happy that we're going to win.
Yep.
Because we know that Burnley have got a good record. They're not actually totally safe. 5 points off relegation. So that, coupled with that and a great home record, it was never going to be easy. Coupled with the fact that we played 2.5 days ago for 120 minutes. That's comedy, that is, between Bailly and Burnley.
That's why I was laughing.
But so it's a fantastic result for us if we can get this done with 5 minutes to go. And I think for many of us, I would have took any result today as long as it was 3 points, just to set that derby up. And I'm not saying by any means we're going to win the derby, but the fact that it's just got so much riding on it now means that we've got a great start to the week and an exciting start building up to it.
I'm confident for the derby. I think we'll win that. I think stick Rashford up top. He'll have the same kind of effect as he did against Chelsea. You know, they'll play a high line. They'll come out to play us. And I think with Rashford's pace in behind, I think, you know, we could cause serious problems.
I hope so. But we'll look forward to that. And then Sunday, Swansea at home, which you would hope we would win that. And then it's the big 10 days. Celta Vigo over 2 legs. Sandwiched between that. I think it's Arsenal away, Spurs away. I mean, it's just brilliant. It's brilliant for Manchester United, and it's brilliant for Manchester United fans at the moment because it's thick and fast, and you get players performing like Rooney today and Martial, players who've not been in the team that come into the team. We had the massive downer of obviously losing Zlatan, but then you get Rooney and Martial today like 2 new signings. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I said it the other day on the videos that we could end this season without Champions League football, and that would be devastating, and it would be underachievement. But we don't know whether we're going to get it. But we're well in with the shout now of potentially two avenues.
Yeah, I think, you know, if I offered you at the beginning of the season semi-finals of the Europa League against Celta Vigo and possible if we win on City. Against City on Thursday, go above them, would you have taken it? I think you would have.
Well, I know. To be honest, I think at the start of the season, I can't be a hypocrite. I think at the start of the season, I know I said that the title will be won in Manchester, and I think we should comfortably be top 3. So I think in the league we've massively underperformed, but that's only because you can count the points up yourself. The amount of points that we've dropped through bad finishing. I mean, you know, Zlatan's been brilliant this season. He has. But when you, and I don't know whether it's accurate, but when you say his conversion rate's 11%, you can't criticise somebody who's scored 28 goals in a season. But to be honest, he probably should have had 48 based on the chances he's missing, which is unheard of, but it just shows the amount of chances we've missed this season. So I think we've massively underachieved in the league, but I'm very happy we're in the Europa League semi-final. Ali's made a contribution again. He says, now that Zlatan is gone, players will want to show up to replace him. We could do this. I think it's a very exciting time, and I said it before the game, and I said it last night, and I said it in the preview as well. At this time of the season, you can't buy what Manchester United have got, and that is drive, aggression, hunger, passion at the business end of the season to go and achieve things. It gives you that extra 10 or 20% that we've looked really relatively comfortable today, Xander, but you know, as you were saying, Burnley at home, they're a good side at home. That's a bad foul on Fellaini, that is. He says play on. I think he's a crap ref. I hope Fellaini's not
Rooney
injured.
shot there wide.
I think he's got up. But there's been a few late tackles that I think could have cost us. Joe Stanley's made a contribution. He says, Mark, the show is great. Really adds to the game experience for me. Love to hear what other fans from around all over the world have got to say. They've given Martial man of the match on Sky. Thanks, Jay. Joe Stanley, sorry. Yeah, I mean, all I would do is reiterate that. Look, your live comments, obviously all of them can't be read out because there's too many. But...
I thought it was in. I thought it went in.
It was just wide by Pogba, a shot from 30 yards. But, you know, there's a lot of interaction going on between you all on the live comments. So, and I know that you all read it, and I read a lot of them as well. So. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry. Yeah, I cut out.
No, it's me. I sometimes hit my microphone and it messes things up. It's all back now.
Yeah.
It's a very temperamental microphone. One of the things I need to do with people who contribute to the channel is buy a better microphone because it's on its last legs.
I tell you what, that tackle on Fellaini was like, you know, that scissor action that we've seen many players being sent off this season. So.
Pogba's got a bit of an injury.
No. I really hope he's all right.
Oh God! If you know, to be fair, I think the ref's been crap today.
Yeah. Oh God, that is. Well, he walked off the pitch, which is positive, but so did Zlatan. That would really put a different spin on the game.
Well, I hope Mourinho says something about that because it has been shocking the amount of tackles that have been made in this game that have not been punished with yellow cards. I mean, that one on Fellaini was really late as well.
Yeah. Well, you say anything about the refs, you get a fine, don't you? Especially Mourinho.
The thing is, though, there's so many games left in the season and we've already lost Zlatan and Mata. We will lose somebody else to an injury because there's so many games. We are going to pick up more injuries. It's just who those injuries will be.
Well, to be honest, I don't really think you can afford to lose anyone. Because even if it was someone like Darmin, then you're left with Shaw at left back, and that's about it. And you know, then you've got so many games for Shaw to play on his own. Fatigue would really start to set in.
Well, I want to obviously get back onto my channel. Let's have a look. Just bear with us. There's a chance here for Burnley. Bay clears.
Oh, dodgy clearance.
Surprise. I would imagine that
Oh,
That's pretty... Well, there's 2 minutes to go. As soon as this game finishes, I will... I'll move on to a new stream to do my live match reaction. But thanks for coming on, Xander. You are on Twitter, aren't you?
I am. My Twitter is Sander_Seegers7.
We've done really well on subscribers today. I mean, I haven't even been asking for subscribers. So thanks to everybody who's joined United Stand. A fantastic community of fans that we have. We're live pretty much every day at 8:30. The Sunday night show tonight's going to be very good. We're talking about De Gea leaving. Been a development there. A lot of people expecting it to happen anyway. Bay's down injured now.
Jesus Christ.
And Zlatan, obviously injured. Mourinho is sat like us lot, just spitting feathers. We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna quite hit 80,000 subscribers, but I'm sure we will do by the derby on Thursday, which will be great. But do get involved in the channel, do get involved in the community like you have done. You've all been fantastic as per usual. Lots of content. If you've just found us, go and have a look through the videos. We've done a transfer one yesterday about replacing Zlatan and the top 6 candidates we think there are. Loads of stuff like that. So just keep getting involved. I think this game's going to be won. But thanks for coming on, Xander.
I do appreciate it. It's always my pleasure. I just enjoy it. And, big shout out to the Skype Goldbridge show. I rang in and now I'm on the Watchalong. So if any of you want to get involved with the channel, that's a great opportunity that Mark's given you. So, yeah.
That reminds me, actually, Skype Goldbridge will be back tomorrow night. Obviously, it wasn't back last week because of the bank holiday. So Skype Goldbridge at 8:30 tomorrow. You can Skype in and have your say. But we've also got another new show that will involve all you lot that's going to probably start next Saturday night. It might be on for as long as an hour and a half on a Saturday night at around 7 o'clock. Can't give you too much details, give you a little bit more tonight, but there will be opportunities to come on for you lot as well. I'll be doing my live match reaction as soon as this game is over, which is just about now.
Yeah.
But Xander, give us your last thoughts on the game.
I think, I would have expected us to grind out a result today, but I don't think we have. I think we've played, exciting, attacking football. Martial's been brilliant, and that's a massive confidence to take out of today. And everyone's played brilliant. The only negatives out of today are, Bay looked like he got a knock and Pogba's injury. But other than that, it's an overall positive day.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And your man of the match was Martial and Rooney, wasn't it?
No, Martial and Bay.
Oh, Martial and Bay. Yeah, well, yeah. Again, I wouldn't disagree. It's not over yet. This referee doesn't want to give yellow cards out and doesn't want to finish the game by the looks of it. But as soon as it's over, I will let you know.
I think it'll be after this kick.
Has he blown up?
Yeah, he's blown up.
Yeah, so Martial was man of the match for Sky Sports. He's not my man of the match. I will give you my man of the match as soon as we are done here, which is going to be very, very soon. The link to my match reaction, which I'm going to start more or less simultaneously after we've finished here, is now up and running. You just need to go to the United Stand homepage and you will see it. It is called Burnley versus Manchester United 0-2. Martial and Rooney goals win it. So I will see you on there very, very shortly. In fact, I'm on there now. And we will close this link. But thanks everybody for watching. Let's not underestimate this result today. I think it's absolutely fantastic what we've done. And I think it bodes well for obviously Thursday, which I'm really excited about. We win on Thursday. We're above City with the same amount of games played. But thanks for coming on, Xander.
Thank you very much, Mark.
I'll speak to you soon, pal.
Yeah, cheers.
And thanks to everybody on the live comments. I am literally going to close this stream down and then I will start the next one up within the next 60 seconds. You can get onto the new stream by just clicking the United Stand logo and you will see Burnley versus Manchester United 0-2. Martial and Rooney goals win it. I've got my player ratings, my man of the match, and my thoughts on what this means for Manchester United. I will be over there in 60 seconds. See you shortly.